What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 7 of the Game Talk podcast. With me, I've got Metrox. We got Pete, as always. And then, we don't know where our little girl is, because she's not in here right now. I mean, that is Geek Essentials. Who, by the way, did a video today for the first time in forever, which was really good. So, I mean, I think he's going to get... Yeah, I think he's going to get back into vlogging. He kind of pushed me into it, too. So, I'm thinking about starting my vlogging channel up again. Get the random thoughts out there. Get my opinions out. I just found out today that my vlogging channel got completely demonetized, and I have not one shred of offensive material on my channel.
Oh, dude, there's been a lot of people that's...
You gotta look at the comment section, too.
That's a thing?
There's a gamer that did nothing but gaming videos at all. And the only thing that he can figure out, and he's gone through his whole entire channel, the only thing he can figure out is there's one comment on one damn video that talks about feminist or some bullshit like that, and his whole channel is demonetized.
That's
the
fuck?
only thing that's not gaming related on his channel.
Wow.
I watched a bunch of YouTube videos of some creators, and they, a lot of them were doing live streams with other creators and stuff, and a lot of them had channels that, I mean, they didn't go into political shit. They didn't talk about really any, like, touchy or controversial subjects or anything like that. I mean, yeah, literally, like, and some of them are not even, like, gaming channels. They're, just ridiculously stupid stuff, and their whole channel would be demonetized for... really, who knows why, but obviously something's doing it, whether it's an algorithm or whether it's a group of people in Google or that are flagging them manually or whatever. But yeah, it's terrible.
Honestly, I'm confirming Anita Sarkeesian works for Google secretly.
Well, they had the picture.
She's like their ghost banner.
She's buddies with the whole group of what do they call it? I mean, it's not Trust and Safety at YouTube, but it's whatever the similar sect of the company is, and she's at least buddies with all of them, if not actually on the... I think somebody had confirmed that she was on the payroll along with her friend, whoever she went to the UN with.
Oh, fucking Zoe Quinn.
Quinn, yeah.
Oh, boy.
I always want to say Brianna Wu, but I know it's not her. She's the idiot
as well
for Congress. I know, right? They're all
they're all the fucking same.
They all say the same shit. They all have the same opinions.
I don't know. I just thought it was kind of weird. I was like, wow, I haven't even uploaded on this channel in like forever, and it's like evidently offensive to a point where like all my shit was pulled. I was like, all right, cool, whatever. VidMe is starting to look better and better each and every day.
Yep, a lot of people are moving there, moving to Minds, moving to Twitch or Vimeo or whatever.
I think I'm gonna do the whole VidMe Minds thing to where you could purchase with points on Minds to boost your VidMe videos. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. That's
a genius idea.
Yep.
If that catches on, like, because that's the whole thing about Google and YouTube, is that it's one place where everybody goes, and it's got monetization and super chat and suggested videos and comment section, this, that, and the other. So really the reason people flocked to YouTube was because it was all of these things in one platform. And that's the problem that a lot of these other platforms are having, is that they're trying to come up with their own, but they don't start out with all the same features that a lot of these established places have. So it's going to be hard to get people to want to, because a lot of people, like, they're perfectly happy to put in a super chat for their favorite YouTuber, but only because it's built into the YouTube's platform, and they don't have to go to another site while they're watching to do it. So if these other companies like VidMe or wherever, Minds or Vimeo or Twitch or any of those, if they really want to start cutting into their market, they've got to start coming up with these same features.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see them trying new stuff, and yeah, if Minds and VidMe could partner up and have a connected system to where your Minds links directly to, all your videos in VidMe post to your Minds and vice versa, and yeah, the points transfer over, and you can you know, because there's even like you can support your it's like Patreon, except you can support them with points right now, and then they're adding in like regular money and Bitcoin and all these other things, and that's going to be great.
Yeah.
It's cool too because I like how Minds is a whole bunch of things in one.
Yeah, it's got its different.
Yeah, it's not just a Facebook or whatever. It's also got like if you want to be a blogger, you can, you know, it's almost like having your own website.
Yeah. And
you can just do your blogs right there on Minds and have Patreon only blogs, or, you know, whatever you want to do. I sell T-shirts or whatever the hell. But, you know, plus, you know, you can post videos if you like. You can do all these sorts of things, and once it picks up and a lot more people go to it, it's going to be great.
Yep.
I really like, and I like how it's open source. I love open source. That's why I love Android. That's why I love PCs. That's why I love, you know, anything that's open source is the greatest thing ever. Because
Apple masquerade. Sorry.
Shit.
I gotta get away from Apple. I spent nearly $1,000 on my phone. Fuck that.
Nah, no, I've always had Androids because I like tweaking. I like overclocking, and I like coming up with better, you know, browsers or whatever it is, music players and shit like that. So Android has always been my thing because it gives me so many options.
And I miss having my Android phone, but to be honest, the only reason why I even had an iPhone or have an iPhone 7 is because I wanted to get an iPad, but an iPad was more pricey to me at the time.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
So I was like, my iPad Mini's nearly dead. I need a replacement.
They're superior.
Application-wise, maybe.
You pay for superiority.
That's the same reason why I'm getting out of Wacom drawing tablets. The superiority is too expensive.
The superiority isn't really superior anymore, let's face it. Huon's got shit now that's like triple the fucking things that Wacom currently sells at like twice the price. So
like literally the only thing people at Wacom users only bitch about is, oh well, it has an eraser on the other end of the pen. Fuck the eraser. I'll just tap on the eraser.
Or Control Z, that's one thing.
That's another fucking feature.
Yeah, it's awkward. I'm right there with you, Pete. Open source has always been a thing. Like when Krita first came around, that was like my go-to paint program. Was because it's open source, and it's right now it's comparative to fucking Adobe Photoshop, and it's outpacing it now. I never thought I'd ever see that day, tell you the truth, of Krita doing that. Like I really thought Krita was gonna fall short.
What's nice about Krita is that it's actually a mix of Photoshop and Clip Studio, and it excels in both departments.
Yep.
And you can see this with game consoles too, because like the more or less open source a game console is, usually the better or worse it does. And that's kind of been Nintendo's problem with a lot of their stuff, is they keep it real tight knit. And yes, you can control quality that way, and you don't get your store filled up with a whole bunch of poorly running, you know, third-party ports and stuff like that. But you also limit yourself.
Honestly,
you know, because homebrew is a thing and people like it.
Yeah, if they made the operating system a little more open, homebrew would make that whole thing thrive for any console, really.
Yeah.
Because all of them are locked down.
It could happen with the Switch, PS4, PS3, Xbox, all of them.
I mean, we were talking about this earlier, that Sony needs to unlock the Vita so we can homebrew that shit.
Yeah, and I bet you if they did, there would be a lot of people who would go out and purchase one right now, because they would want not only the games that are already there, but then they'd want to get in on all the third-party and user-created stuff, because, I mean, Jesus, man, the original PSP, holy crap, did people come up with... I mean, they had, like, Duke Nukem 3D running on that thing before it was, like, a thing, you know?
Fucking OG PSP, though, was the shit, though. Like, you saw everyone at school have one. Like, everyone who was anyone had a fucking PSP. Let's be real.
But, well, I mean, open source has gotten so advanced nowadays. I mean, you look at Linux, like old school Linux, you didn't have shit on that OS, but like a very basic interface, and that was it. Now you have an entire fucking suite at your disposal for video editing. Krita's on there as well, along with GIMP and some paintbrush programs that I've never even heard of that are on there. They even got a Linux OS right now that's really dedicated to just creators. And I thought that was really cool. And from what I understand, a lot of Ryzen builders right now are trying to do their Linux builds with it and see how it runs. I mean, I think, I don't know, I really enjoy the idea of open source, and I really hope to see it progress forward. Like, I think overall the way things are heading, I mean, look at Wings 3D, for instance. That was a very basic 3D Studio modeling program. Now you could import colors and shit to it. Back in the day when that first came out, you couldn't do that before. I mean, these guys have taken open source up to a whole nother fucking level. And it's even getting into the pockets of the fucking billion-dollar companies out there that, like Adobe, you know, they're struggling. You know what I mean? Because there's so many alternatives now, where Adobe is no longer the standard.
And there's so much,
especially with their price.
Yeah.
Them. And the price that Adobe asks for, like,
it's ludicrous, dude. It's fucking insane.
It looks like a little bit per month, but when you start to add that up,
Adobe.
When you start to add up per month what you're spending, and you have to account for how many days you're actually going to use it during that month, you're better off buying shit like Paint Tool Sci for like $60, or my program for $40, or getting Krita for free.
I mean, shit, I remember when you could buy the whole, Creative Suite 6, was it?
It was like $500 for everything, not even
but it was the entire Adobe library.
You
got everything from
Animate, Photoshop, to
everything.
Audition, everything.
And it was a one-time purchase, and you got updates for however long. You know, I mean, shit,
What
they
was
kept
this?
it active for years.
It was the Adobe Suite.
Creative Suite, like 3 or 4 or whatever. You know, they
Oh,
did
yeah.
3 on old burned CDs.
Yeah,
my
I
dad used
saw
to have
3
4.
somewhere.
My dad used to have 4 when he was back in the music biz.
But everybody wants to go to this subscription model, and this is not going to work, guys.
Not everything deserves it.
Well,
People don't want to pay for something monthly. They
Well,
hate doing it.
not to mention, freelance artists don't want to sit there and have to worry whether or not their cloud is going to be online or not. They don't want to worry about that shit. They want to be able to
Or
log
whether
their
they made
shit.
their Adobe payment this month.
Honestly, people we hate that.
People like buying products. They don't
Well-
like buying reoccurring services.
The only
They don't
kind
like
of
doing it for
reoccurring
internet
service-
or cell phone. They're not going to do it for a piece of software.
The
Well-
only recurring service that makes sense is fucking Netflix and
There-
Hulu, because it's TV alternative and it's cheaper.
There's 2 programs right now that utilize the same exact services that Adobe charges you for, and they offer them for free. One of them is being MidiBang, which is like a Fire Alpaca clone, but it's supposed to be a little bit better than Fire Alpaca. It has all the same shit. You can either draw offline, or you can draw online and upload your work or download your work anywhere you go on the fly with your data connection or the internet, whatever you want to do. And if you don't want to do that, you can turn that feature off and just do it traditionally. Like, and you get that shit for free, and you get over 200 brushes for free.
And the greatest thing is, if you do it on your computer, you can come on and do it on your fucking
Phone.
Android or
Yeah,
phone.
it's on Android. Yeah, MidiBang's on Android. It's on the Apple market. It's everywhere, dude. It's like that Quick Draw program that AutoCAD did, if you guys remember that. Like the Quick Draw 7 or whatever they're called.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they have the same thing. Like, they have those features for free. So, like, I don't know why Adobe thinks that everybody wants to pay an arm and a leg for this garbage when it's really not worth it.
I mean, when I was, looking to start editing videos, I just searched, top 10 free video editors, and shit, I mean, there were at least a good dozen or so really good open source free video editing programs with any level of customization you wanted, all the way from Movie Maker and just real simple cut and paste type of stuff, all the way up to way more in depth than what Adobe gives you. And they were all free, and most of them were open source, and I ended up going with VSDC. And it works great, and I don't have to fucking pay. I don't know how much it is for Adobe, but I really don't care, because I'm not going to pay for it.
I don't blame you. And I paid for Vegas back when it was on sale, and that's another thing. I mean, at least I could give this to Vegas. Like, they're actually affordable. Like, right now, they're running a special for people, for, like, it's like $199 to upgrade. That's actually pretty good, and that's a one-time purchase. That's not no monthly fee. And that's what I feel like. If you're going to buy something, buy it all at once and just be done with it. Don't be doing that whole rent-to-shit that Adobe's offering, because that shit's a ripoff, dude. And
Yeah,
Adobe right now is being outperformed by open source, dude. Like, they're actually being outperformed by render times and quality buy open source. So I mean, might as well just
And
stick to open
Windows
source.
is trying to do the same thing. You know, Windows as a service instead of as an actual product. You know, as a piece of software that comes on a disk that even if it has updates, it's still, you bought the software. You don't have to keep paying for it. And I think they might be trying to go to like a monthly plan type thing, and I don't think it's going to happen. If they try and do it, I don't think people are going to pay for that.
Well, they see what Adobe's
We'll
doing,
stay
and they
with
see how
Windows
many
10.
people are doing it. Yeah.
Well, honestly, you know, the more things that keep coming out, because what was it? Affinity has been taking away some of the design.
Yo, Affinity's been fucking shitting on Adobe, dude.
Affinity's been taking a large chunk of designers, so maybe the mindset of the market has shifted because of all this shit going on.
And maybe that's why Linux is starting to come up, because people want a real alternative that's not, you know, because back in the day, Linux was really limited, you know, with drivers, especially for like gaming hardware and, you know, graphics cards and stuff like that, and the compatibility for games and software and stuff like that. They were really limited even until about like 8 or 10 years ago. And I mean, it's still limited now, but it's not nearly what it was. But I mean, hey, maybe that was part of it, was people saw like, well, shit, you know, look at what Windows is doing. They're really looking like they're trying to go towards a monthly payment type thing. Fuck it, let's develop Linux better so that if that happens, we've got a real alternative.
That's why like Red Hat's worth going into. Fedora is probably my all-time favorite. Mint is really good. It breaks easily though, but if you can get past Mint's problems, you'll love it. I mean, I like Linux personally because I saw the difference in performances when it came to rendering videos and drawing with Krita. Like Krita, like, oh my god, dude, that thing is so butter smooth on Linux. It is unbelievable. Like, it's almost natural feeling when you draw with it. It almost feels like an actual pen. That's how smooth it is.
Maybe we should do Linux on our workstation in the studio.
I'm thinking about it.
Oh, you'd almost have to. Linux works way better for stuff with like workstations.
Well, yeah,
like
I mean,
the Linux
System
kernel
76
is just so powerful.
Yeah, it is. And System 76
you know, I mean, like
build
wireless routers run Linux kernels, and that was the thing. I was able to hack my router when I had my Lynx WR54G, the old school 2 antenna 5 LAN port wireless router. Yeah. Somebody made a, because it was, you know, it's Linux, so it's open source, and somebody made a complete redo of the, you know, it's not really an operating system, but you know, the tools that controlled it. And I mean, shit, I was able to overclock it. There was a ton of extra like quality of service features for packet forwarding, or, you know, port forwarding, or, you know, IP address blocking. And I mean, they let you block or allow or forward everything from MAC address all the way to IP address. And it was awesome. And that's all because it was open source, and, you know, people took it upon themselves to create something better. Yeah. For free. It was called WRT, and it was completely free. And I mean, Jesus, there was hundreds and hundreds of different router models that it worked for. Incredible.
Yeah, and a lot of massive BIOS hacks that come for like motherboards and GPUs are also on Linux.
Yeah.
Well, open source conversation. I didn't think we were going to have this today. That's cool. That's different, that's for sure. I like it, though.
We talk about everything on this podcast. That's what's up.
Yeah, right?
Potato chips, fucking games, open source, you know.
That Metro's the reason why football players take a knee during the national anthem.
I don't fucking watch football, but I'm not the reason.
Americans sit down during their country's national anthem because you're the problem.
My national anthem and my fucking game of choice is the Rocket League theme song and Rocket League itself and Overwatch. Thank you very much.
They take knees because you take it in the ass.
They take knees because my hammer is awesome.
Now, when you say your hammer's awesome, are we talking about the same kind of hammer, or are we talking about when you bend over and you take it in the, you know? I'm just wondering, not sure, you know.
Maybe both. I don't know. It's a personal preference, honestly.
That's something. So, on tonight's docket, besides open source, what did you guys want to talk about? Rambo,
Cyrus
I think
wants
you had
to see
something.
the Pitbull pig thing.
Oh, jeez.
God. If that never came up again, that would be great.
Hold on, man. I think I have it saved.
Jesus.
Oh, wait. Never mind. I know what you're talking about. Fucking hell. No, I don't post that. Where'd Rambo go? That girl.
I'm here.
He's just really quiet.
He's not talking to her today. Come on.
For
Rambo.
once.
I'm in some pain, so.
Aw.
Oh, I forgot about
Yeah.
that. So what happened
feel
with
ya.
that?
I don't know. I don't know who took the medicine or whatever, but it's gone. I ran out like Saturday, and so I've been slowly just doing much of nothing for this past week.
Bro, why don't you hide your pills, dude? Like literally, like hoard them into your.
I've never had to before. Like I've never had a problem. Every month I have pills left over, and so this was really odd for that to happen. So I don't know what.
Bunch of savages in this fucking town.
I don't know who came into the house that caught wind of it or whatever.
You don't think your
whatever.
daughter would steal from you, do you?
No, I mean she's such a lightweight that if she took any of my pills, that she wouldn't even be able to do
Talk.
shit. Yeah.
Your son?
Wait.
He doesn't live here, so I don't know where he's at. He stays with his friend or whatever. So I mean, he hasn't been over here since I've had the medicine. He's been over here after it's been gone, but he hasn't been over here before it was gone. So I have no idea where it's at.
Yeah.
When can you get it fixed?
I go tomorrow to the doctor to get my refill. And I guess I've got to explain to him because I got to take a drug test showing the drugs are in my system. So I'm sure it's going to show very low levels. So I got to explain to him what happened, and then if they give me a refill, then I can hopefully, because my prescription was filled on the 26th of last month, and tomorrow's the 24th. So I'm hoping that, I know if I go to Walgreens, they let you fill 2 days early, but CVS is day and date. Like it has to be the 30 days exactly. So I'm going to go to Walgreens tomorrow so that way I can get the pills in my system as quickly as possible.
Oh shit.
Well, shit, bro.
I've been drinking alcohol and liquor and beer
Yep.
and whatever. Trying my best to. It's not
It's not nearly the same though, is it?
No. I've drank a fifth 100 proof peppermint schnapps and several tall boys of Bud Light, and it ain't working.
Damn, bro. That fucking sucks, dude. Like,
I've had that happen to me before too, but it was my mom that did it, so I know how that feels, dude. I'm sorry you're going through that.
It's a good thing I don't have strong pills like that, because honestly, I'd kill someone if I were in pain like that.
You have your ass cancer pills, Metro. I mean,
I do not have ass cancer pills. Thank you very much.
Colon
yeah.
cancer.
I
Get
thought
it right.
I thought you took you know, butt pills, sir. You know?
No.
You don't take butt pills?
Miss a
No.
dose because you're sexually active now.
No.
Are you sure that's not how this works? Like, I was told that like you have ass cancer, so you take like what they consider a Robitussin, but for butts.
I'll fucking kill
Yeah.
you. Brim, I'll go downstairs and hurt you.
It's like Pepto-Bismol chemotherapy is what it is.
Yeah.
Pay Pepto-Bismol and chemotherapy.
Kill the cancer.
Fuck.
He's got a major case of the Sega AIDS.
God, no, not the
Those are the worst kind of AIDS.
Jesus Christ, not the
Regular
Sega.
AIDS are bad enough. Sega AIDS, Jesus.
Yo, nothing's worse than when you take a shit, Metrox, and then your asshole falls out. You know what I mean? Like, that is rough.
I think I'd question my fucking biology at that point.
It's called cancer.
Just fucking Jesus Christ.
Called
Yes.
the heavy.
So,
Xbox was down.
oh yeah,
What?
so Xbox, okay, so our internet was down over here, and I guess the Xbox, portions of Xbox was down during this week. What was that all about?
Well, our internet, going by what you tell me, what Valerie tells me, what my own doctor tells me, it's just the tweakers in the desert messing with the copper.
Yeah.
So that explains that. As far as Xbox, Rambo may know. I don't know.
I still don't
That's why
know whatever.
underwater cable needs to, or underground cable.
I still don't know whatever happened to the Xbox Network. The only thing I know is that people weren't able to actually use their physical disc.
Jesus.
Like they were putting in their Sonic Mania posting on Twitter saying, "I can't even use my actual disc." So this right here shows you that you don't actually own your physical games.
I own my
So-
cartridges.
Yeah, from like 20 years ago.
Shut
Come
up.
on,
They still work though.
They still work though, and
get with the times, old
Hey,
buddy duddy.
hey, Switch's cartridges is better than putting in your fucking disc and finding
You
out
still
they
don't.
work.
I'm still not sure if you even own them with Switch. It'd be interesting to see if Switch.
That'd be fucked up if that actually happened. To be honest.
Metro
I don't-
doesn't
I-
have a Switch, he's lying to you.
Fuck you.
Put the cartridge in your mouth to prove it, Metro.
Oh,
So
speak,
I'm not doing that again.
hey,
Fuck
speak,
you.
hey, speaking of a Switch, we got hit on by a tranny last night. Me and Jamie did.
That was funny.
Yeah. Me and Jamie were like talking about possible three-way, and we're like, dude, like this would not be in this person's benefit. I'm like, I'm a fat guy, and he's kind of a bigger guy, but he's not fat. You know what I mean? So like, I don't know, dude. That'd be awkward. Like, I'm like, this guy, this person, this person would be fucked, literally. Like, they wouldn't even be able to walk again. Like, I don't know if that person thinks is a good idea or. Awkward silence.
Well, when I saw this person, like, I couldn't tell if that was a man or a woman. I just have to call that thing it.
Which one was it first? Was it a man first or a woman first?
I have no idea because there's certain points.
To see in their pants, bro?
Dude, no, like
Fail.
see, the thing is, sir, is there was a certain point when this person was talking that it sounded just like a guy. Like when they got excited about sumo wrestlers in Japan, and they're like, "Yeah, they're fucking rock stars over there, man." Sounded like a dude, right? And then other times when he was giving me and Jamie drinks, he was like, "Oh, thank you guys are so nice. I hope you guys come back in later." You know, like shit like that. And I'm like, I'm so confused right now. Usually I could call it. I'm pretty good at that shit, but no, I couldn't tell.
When he sounded like, or when it sounded like a dude, those are like probably like testosterone breakthroughs from being around other guys. Number two, or B, however you want to put this together, that had to have been on the Nevada side of the river. You should have came and got me.
Well, see, we
It
weren't
is a
sure.
trap, Caesar.
We weren't sure if you wanted to be in. I mean,
I'll flirt with a trap.
I love how fucking Shane knows the Nevada side of the river.
That doesn't happen in Arizona.
Brimstone, should I have a boner or nah? What the fuck, dude? Well,
Right? I knew you were gay. Go to you fucking grounded.
He admitted it.
yeah, he already admitted it. Yep, it was funny.
Trapped for 2.5% gay. Somebody did the math.
Right, you're grounded. I said this live on air. It shall be done.
Are you saying Ryth is a shill? Kind of, maybe. No? Yeah?
Probably not.
Man. So, Ryth, being gay, what's it like being a young gay guy from Canada?
Do they still get free medical in Canada?
Free dickings,
Yeah.
right?
So shitty they come down here though.
Why? Because the wait list is like 2 months out?
Yeah,
Just for an
for
AIDS test?
anything.
It's like, Ryth could be like, I might have anus AIDS. And they're like, okay, so we'll give you a checkup in like a year from now because we're booked.
Careful, if you got easy AIDS, you'll die. It took him 15 minutes and straight out of Compton.
The fuck?
Fucking easy AIDS. Jesus Christ. I think I'm a survivor then.
Yeah, you are an easy AIDS survivor. You had that when you got here. Is Shane here? Yeah, I'm here.
Fuck.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Tavares.
But it was down for like 6 hours.
Bro, so like the whole Xbox Live thing, like, so I've been trying to tweet out now. The funny thing is when I said good job Microsoft on Windows 10 at the beginning of their launch, I got tweeted back out by both Microsoft and Satya Nadella. Okay, I asked them again this time around, asking them what's going on with the funding, right? I got ignored. So then I asked them about the service being down. I got ignored. So it's pretty apparent to me that the only time you're going to get something back from those two is if you're kissing their ass.
Oh yeah, positivity will get you a retweet any day of the week from Xbox. I tweeted him when Batman Arkham Origins became backwards compatible, and I was nice as hell. I said, when is this going to be available for digital purchase? I'd like to, purchase it. Never, nothing, not a like, not a DM us or anything, nothing.
But and the thing is it's like, and it's like this all the way up the chain, because like I said, when I first congratulated Windows 10 for their launch, Satya Nadella answered me, retweeted me, and everything, and that's the CEO. That's their #1 guy, right? But you ask him any questions about the technicalities of what's going on, or if you're just trying to get some answers because maybe your service is fucking up. They will not fucking answer you, dude, at all, regardless of how honest or sincere it is. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. Because I was trying to figure out, okay, so Microsoft might be, cutting funding on the Xbox after all this. Okay, well, I wanted to know if that was real or if it was just speculation or rumors, Not a fucking word, not a peep, not one. I'm like, oh, okay. So if I'm sucking your dick, you'd retweet me and answer me and talk to me all day.
Yep.
Yeah, one of the fanboys that suck off Microsoft all day long or whatever, Xbox all day long, posted a picture of that Zhu EX whatever, that analyst. He had like a long thread about Xbox and talking about the current state of it, and that funding has actually is even more limited now than what it was in the beginning of the generation for the console. That's the reason why that no new first party studios or IPs have been acquired, as like what Phil Spencer said. Like they have like 3 or 4 of them in the pipeline that are like 3 or 4 years out. He was basically like saying all that shit is false, like this long thread. And one of the fanboys tweeted to Phil Spencer, replied to him with a screenshot of him saying that Xbox is not getting as much funding as before. And Phil Spencer replied to him immediately, said no, that wasn't true. But is Phil Spencer going to actually say, yeah, we're fucking hurting over here, and like freak out every one of his fucking employees? No, he's not. He's going to say no every single time.
Well, that's where transparency is important. You know what I mean?
Like,
to be honest with your employees and be like, hey, the ship's gonna sink soon. You guys might want to start looking for another job soon. You know what I mean?
Or at least like, could someone like make this idea that puts us back on the fucking map? Something.
Well, the thing is okay. So here's the thing: Microsoft, believe it or not, they have a ton of things they could be doing right now. A ton of ideas, good ideas that they could be capitalizing on, but they're too stupid to fucking to operate on them, dude. Like, they would rather go out and spend billions of dollars on Minecraft to acquire them than to go and fucking invest into their first-party studios. Like, what kind of stupid shit are you, like... It's like Microsoft is being stupid today. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Stop it! Stop it!
And now
get your hands off your wiener! Like...
And now they've, like, made one of my favorite games just a fucking microtransaction machine.
Which one?
Like the Minecraft. The only way to get the truest, purest Minecraft experience is downloading the Java version, the OG version.
Yep.
And that's really the only version I actually play.
Probably because of the mods, right?
Yeah, mods, texture pack, shaders, all that shit. You can't get that with the Windows 10 edition.
Or Xbox.
Or Xbox.
Or even Vita, or it's on PS4, right?
Yeah, it's on Vita,
yeah.
PS4.
All of the there's 2 versions. There's the mobile version, and then there's the original Java version. And as far as I know, all of the non-PC version and the I know the actual mobile version has like way worse graphics and stuff
Well,
like that. But
no,
I think,
they're all the same graphics across the board. It's just there's console, there's mobile, and then there's PC.
but the console one is based off mobile, and I don't think the console version has anything extra on mobile except for mods. But again, it's paid mods for all the consoles, whereas it's free for the Java version.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
And this is kind of why I want Microsoft as far away from gaming as they can be.
Yeah, you know,
They seem
he's
to-
only
they seem to
operating
fuck
his
it up.
Microsoft-based PC right now. But,
That's
yeah.
but that's not in gaming. That Windows doesn't really control the gaming market like
Really?
Xbox does. Not
How
like
many
Xbox
of
does.
your games on your Steam library can you play on a Mac?
Not like Xbox does. Windows doesn't. Microsoft doesn't tell Steam, oh, you have to get your, the developers that publish on your system to do X, Y, and Z. They don't do that.
They don't have to.
Oh, they don't even get to. Steam is probably telling them, no, we're going to run this way on your platform. And I'll bet you it's probably less of both because both Windows and Steam, or Steam isn't really open source, but they're both open platform. So really, neither one of them can really tell the other one, you have to do this or that.
Here's a pretty good clue. Microsoft wants to do away with Win32, and Steam is pretty much all Win32, and they're not forcing anybody that's loading onto Steam or anything like that to do into Win64. All the games are still Win32.
Well, not all of them.
See,
Most of them that are going
Most
into.
of them. Yeah.
Like
They're
Microsoft
not
and
forcing
Sony,
Steam
bro,
to do
like-
either 64 or 32.
Microsoft and Sony play chess. Every time you load up a game, I want you to look and see if it runs anything on the Havok engine. Guess what? Microsoft's collecting some money for that. It's a game of chess. It's not checkers. Rambo knows what I'm talking about. He follows
the only
this shit
problem
more
is
close
that-
than any of us.
The only problem is that Microsoft's not doing anything with this money besides just pocketing it.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because I mean, this is going to become one of the oddest things to ever fucking say. But Next Gen 720 actually has called Microsoft out, and he's actually, I've never heard of like an Xbox fanboy become
Self-aware.
reformed or self-aware ever, but he did. After the Gamescom, he had this live stream, and he's basically like saying he's done. He's done damage controlling for him. He's done doing whatever. He said if people want, if he doesn't get a tweet back or a reply from Phil Spencer, who gives a shit. The only time Phil Spencer ever wants to hear from him is whenever he's like sucking their dick or whatever.
It's true though.
He said that it's obvious that they don't give a shit about the console market anymore because every single Xbox exclusive is shared with the Windows 10 platform. Every single one going forward. Now at Gamescom, at the fucking Xbox conference, they announced Age of Empires only for the PC. How does that work out? Like how do they balance that out with their consumers on the Xbox? Look, every one of your exclusives, and we know you don't like it, but every one of your exclusives are on the Windows 10 PC. But this one exclusive is going to be on the PC and not your platform. How does that work out? And they could say, well, it's an RTS. That's basically a
Mouse
PC
and keyboard
market.
only. Yeah.
Okay, but then they go, well, you launched Halo Wars 2 in March. So
That's actually a valid argument.
So if you are saying an RTS isn't going to be a good fit on console, why'd you fund money in the Halo Wars 2? Why is
How well did Halo Wars 2 do?
It didn't do very well. I'm not
And
saying
that's
that,
probably why they didn't.
Okay, but still, they didn't put money into the Phantom Dust remaster. They basically just ported over a fucking original Xbox game. That's it. An original
Yeah, it does
Xbox
look like
game.
shit.
And they, with the launch of this console, guess what they did? They dumped money into Zoo Tycoon, Disneyland, and some other car, like Disney and Pixar Cars racing game,
Oh, fuck that
to
game.
put it in 4K. So who's asking for Zoo Tycoon in 4K?
It was on
Nobody.
my wish list. You don't even understand, Rambo.
But I mean, so it seems like that Microsoft. I mean, like it's really weird hearing him say this shit because he's always like basically trying to make excuses for him. But he actually came out and said he's done damage control for 4 minutes. You have everybody on Twitter, these like the hardcore Xbots they're all just basically they're fine with the state of exclusives, man. And they said Colt Eastwood tweeted, he's like, they're talking about I guess Xbox only has two big exclusives in the next 6 months or whatever. But he's like, Sony does too, and I'm like, no, like he said Sony only has 2 exclusives in the next 6 months. I listed off like 12 before the end of the year. And I'm like, he's like, but how many people are looking for it? I was like, you can't put qualifiers on a statement you never put qualifiers on. I was like, your statement was Sony has 2 exclusives coming between now and 6 months. I said, I proved you wrong, and now all of a sudden you want to put qualifiers on how many people are really looking forward to X, Y, and Z games. I don't know how many people are looking forward to it. And he said, well, I do, because I get 300 to 500 comments on my video, and I know what the PS4 gamers want. So I said, your 300 to 500 comments can tell you what 60 million gamers want? I was like, damn, that's a pretty damn good,
That's some clairvoyant sight you got there.
Yeah. I was like, so my 20 or 30 comments on my videos gets to tell me, like, what all the Xbox gamers want? Because there's only, like, what, 20, 30 million out there? Might as well work the same way.
Sounds like the correct math to me.
Yeah, so, I mean, it just, like, his logic and all these people are just, like, damage controlling and basically just saying Microsoft is doing great, everything's wonderful. Aaron Greenberg fucking tweeted out a damn video, a comparison of Rise of the Tomb Raider. You click on the fucking video, in the description it says, guess what we use for the PS4 Pro version? The 1080p mode. Versus the 4K mode of Xbox One X versus the 4K mode of the PC without pure hair.
The fuck?
You're comparing apples to oranges. Like, and you can barely even fucking tell the difference between the 1080p mode of the Pro and the Xbox One X version.
I don't think they understand gaming anymore, dude. I think they're losing their slip. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think what's probably going to end up happening within the next like 5, 8, maybe 10 years is that both Microsoft and Sony are both going to start putting out less like first-party games, stop concentrating on first-party games, and start concentrating a little more on hardware. And these consoles will basically turn into like Steam machines almost.
And that's the problem. That's what separates them.
I don't think Sony will.
Well, once one of them does it, see, okay, it depends on how, because it depends on when this happens versus when like cross-platform play happens. So like if Microsoft came out with a more standardized, like a Steam machine, and it ran really good, and of course they'd have their own proprietary store on it and all that. But if it also ran Steam or something like that, or it cross-platform played with the PC, Sony would almost be forced to do the same thing. Because then people would, how many people would look and say, well, wow, I can play all these same games? Because, again, there's not a whole lot of exclusives anymore. So people are going to say, okay,
Wait. Not a whole lot of exclusives anymore?
Not compared to how many there used to be on like the PS1
X?
or PS2 or
On X? Well, okay, wait a minute. You can't count PS1 and PS2 because there was no fucking competition for them to actually be going anywhere else. Count from the PS3 to now. Sony put out more exclusive, like this generation has put over 150 exclusives on the market on the PS4.
But most of those are available on the PC as well, though.
Wait. I'm just thinking about what you just said. What do you mean there's no competition?
What?
Nintendo
There's
was Sony's competition.
No,
Come on.
You guys-
Well, wait a second.
I see what he's trying to say here. You guys are
There was
overreading
the
this.
PC because the markets weren't as overlapping as they were back then, right? And I understand that, but there were. I mean, Jesus Christ, consoles used to have a list of exclusives that would be pages long, and that was one of the big selling points. Was if you didn't buy the PS2, you didn't have access to all these games. And they're merging a lot more now.
Well, the reason why is because the PC platform back then sucked.
No, come on. It didn't suck.
It sucked in comparison to where it is today. It sucked.
Yeah, but so did PlayStation and Nintendo, and I mean
I would say
anyway.
150 million people on the PS2 would probably disagree with you.
Well, no. Well, and I would say the millions of people that were on PC back then, like me, they would disagree with you too. So, I mean, we can play that game all day.
Yeah, true.
But the fact of the matter is that regardless of how many more they're doing based on PS4 versus PS3 or whatever, there's still a lot less complete exclusives. So that it's not that they're not exclusive in some ways, but it's not that if you don't buy the Sony box, you can't play these games. It's
but I mean,
and that's the thing, and all these things are all mouse and keyboard are coming, and so is cross-platform.
Here's the thing, though. Here's what you're not seeing though, because Sony keeps acquiring first-party studios. Sony has actually added. They have I think now 18 first-party studios. This is a larger number than what they had in the PS3 days. They have acquired more studios. Xbox has actually shrunk their first-party studios down to 5. I see this coming from Microsoft, but I don't see that I don't think Sony, other than the PS3 360 days, has ever looked at Microsoft as a valid competitor. They've never been a competitor. The only reason that they were a competitor in the 360 days was because of the fuck up they did with the PS3. If if they would have done what they did going from the PS3 to PS4, there would be nobody. There wouldn't even be 30 million people on the Xbox One now. I don't think. When you hear gaming, console gaming, or just gaming in general. If you go around and talk to just most people, I mean, I'm not talking about your friends that where you play with, but just most random people. You ask where's the gaming at? Most of them will say PlayStation or Nintendo, and then they'll Xbox is going to be majority of the people's second or third option. The PlayStation usually is the household name everywhere you go for gaming. I don't think that they look at Microsoft. I think they don't. I think they are paying attention to them. Obviously, I think they'd be stupid not to. But I don't think they've ever looked at Xbox as a valid competitor to ever knock them off their throne. They've been on a throne basically with gaming ever since the PlayStation 1.
But things are changing though.
Are they?
Changing. Oh yeah, and they're changing quickly.
Willie, are they? Because the PS1 sold over 100 million, PS2 sold 150 million. The PS3 is still selling getting close to 100 million now, and the PS4 is going to probably topple 80 million by the end of this year. Is it changing?
Of course it is. I mean, like I said, mouse and keyboard we are half an inch away from mouse and keyboard being
a standard.
At least, maybe not the standard, but at least
an option
supported by first-party Sony software.
Are we?
Oh, it's coming. It's going to. I don't know if it's going to be within a few months or maybe a year or two, but yeah, it's going to come because people are already doing it, and the more people that do it.
But wait, the more people are doing it, but guess what's happening? These gaming companies, like Blizzard, are banning console players that are playing with mouse and keyboard. Any of those extra little things you plug in, they're banning people with those.
How long do you think that's going to last before gamers say, "Well, screw that. I'll play it on a system where I can use mouse and keyboard"?
Maybe so, but the way I look at it is Microsoft can control that very quick, They are the PC people.
I mean, to be
and
honest,
you have yet to have Xbox say they've been saying mouse and keyboard are coming since the start of the generation. It still ain't here, and all they have to do is basically say, "Bam, there you go." But it's not.
okay, but Rambo, to be honest, I understand why Blizzard does it because they want to keep it fair. They don't want people plugging in their, they don't want people to plug in their shit, so they probably pay, Microsoft and Sony to say, hey, don't let them. Honestly.
Well,
No,
dude,
it's
no.
not-
Oh,
It's
okay.
not Microsoft and Sony doing it. It's Blizzard doing it. They're banning him from Overwatch. They're not banning him from Xbox Live and PlayStation.
No, yeah, they're not
4.
banning it from Xbox Live and PlayStation Network, but they're banning their games. So I understand why they do that. So, but I get the gist of what you're going. Going at. So.
I mean, I get why they're doing it. What I'm saying though is that if it's coming, and it's more and more prevalent, it seems like more and more you would see more and more of a trend of it being allowed and not being banned. You would see more people like Xbox, especially since they're the PC people, and PlayStation talking about adding mouse and keyboard support. You've had Microsoft talking about adding mouse and keyboard support, I think, since actually last generation. We still have yet to see any inclination that they're going to actually do it.
Oh no, yeah, I remember when
We'll
they said
see.
that, and to be honest, as strange as it is, the Wii had it for some odd reason. You could use a mouse, I think, a keyboard, I believe, or at least the keyboard for sure. And I think all the consoles can use a keyboard. So it's like, at this point, why can't we?
Neverland, I know they have that, but Blizzard can ban them from their games.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying, like,
No,
why can't
No,
we?
he's
So, like,
talking
maybe we
about the
can
chat.
shut. So maybe we
I
can
was
like
talking
shut Blizzard up.
Well, I'm not saying that it's a bad idea. I'm just saying that to say that it's coming and that it's like right on the corner and stuff like that, I think is a little bit maybe off because of the fact that there's no sign. Like, I have yet to see a sign from any of these major gaming companies that are pointing in that direction.
Well, they don't want to do it because then if once they do, that is immediately going to split their player base into two groups. People who do use it and people who don't use it. And that's going to be difficult to figure out, like, logistically. Are you going to have separate servers? Are there going to be three kinds where one is controller only, one is keyboard mouse only, and one is both? Or that there's a whole host of issues that are going to have to be thought about before the companies
Stream died.
actually
Stream
go.
died.
Stream died. It says it's still up on my end.
Yeah, the stream's still up.
Yeah, it says
Well,
it's up for
maybe
me.
it might have came back up. Yeah,
Yeah, it's up on my end too.
because they said that.
Yeah, they said rip in the chat. Yeah.
Okay, it's back up.
Back up. So it's Neverland.
Okay.
So like I said, my thing was like 3 or 4 years ago, it wasn't even on the horizon. It was a ways away. But now you can actually see the horizon. It is coming. It's just a matter of when, whether it's going to be in a few months, a few years, or whether it takes 5 or 10
I just don't
years.
know. I just don't know
Maybe
that,
it's
like-
more closer to like 5 or 6 years, than
I
months.
think Xbox.
but
If anybody will do it, it'll be Xbox.
probably, and they are moving in that direction, especially with the Windows 10 store and talking about cross-platform play. And like I said, once Microsoft does that, that's going to be a huge thing for Sony, because what is Sony going to be able to say when Microsoft says, "Hey, you can buy the Xbox, you can play with your friends on PC"?
Right.
That's
Right.
a huge
But you
boost
can-
in player numbers.
It is, but I don't know.
I mean, that kind of thing
It just
keeps
that
games
honestly-
going for a lot longer, and it'll mean that people can invest
honestly
in
depends on
games
what
and
game,
keep
though.
it playing.
And,
Well,
and
of course it
honestly,
does.
if they do it right, to be honest, it'll unify more gamers as well.
Exactly.
It
Yeah.
depends. It honestly depends on what game it is, though.
Oh, of course it does. But
Because I mean,
we're,
Call
we're
of Duty.
talking about
Call of
things
Duty,
that don't
there's no
have
purpose
to do
in,
with the
Yeah,
game.
there's no purpose in like Call of Duty being cross-platform. No purpose at all.
Oh, I'd say there would be a huge purpose.
I think there's
Why?
a huge
Why?
purpose.
Because there's only like 2 modes that PC gamers play on Call of Duty. 2 modes. Like you can buy the season pass.
Well, we can't even
But that's
go off.
po-
We
it's
can't.
pointless.
We can't go off PC community because they ditch it because it's preferred on console. There's a reason why Call of Duty players, why majority of them don't go. It's because they don't optimize the game, and I know this firsthand because I played fucking Black Ops 3. They don't optimize it. You literally wait an hour to get in a game, and there's already hackers in it. The first couple weeks is out, so they don't care about it on PC. But if Xbox were to do this, it would make them care more because now they have to open it to a wider audience, and more people will complain. They have to tighten security. They have to care more. They have to do this.
And like I said,
Or they
I
won't
think
make
it
their
would-
money.
I think it would
I
force
think
Sony's
it's
hand.
I think it's also a dangerous step for it could be a very dangerous step for PC gaming as well, because then you are forcing. It's one of the things that it can either go very well
Or very badly.
or
yeah.
very very badly and
Yep.
turn the PC into a fucking console.
Well,
Not
I
really.
don't think
they'd have
that.
to dance. Actually, they'd have to dance around the PC because
Yeah, I don't think that would actually
Well,
happen.
The reason why I say that is because you're talking about like how they lock down Xbox Live or PlayStation Network in order to keep cheaters off of there. Like obviously they're still cheaters, but they're very in comparison to like say Call of Duty. If you go into the Call of Duty community in consoles versus the Call of Duty community on PC, you're going to see a very big disparage number between cheaters. The number of cheaters on each platform.
oh yeah, no doubt.
That varies wildly by game, though.
Yeah,
There are plenty of PC games where hackers are really locked down. And I think
Overwatch is
Metrox
one
is
of them.
right. Yeah, I think Metrox is right where Call of Duty really, Activision really started concentrating much more on the console as a platform.
Well, that's where
And
they
you
make
can
yeah,
see
that's
it
where
if
they
you
make
were
their
to
money.
play like if you play like
That's
I think
where
even
most of
one
these-
game back from Black Ops 3, you'll see the difference.
That's where most of these gaming companies make their money. Is
No doubt they do, no doubt. But if Microsoft
they're always
does
gonna
go
they're
in that
always going to
direction of
they're
merging,
always gonna they're still gonna cater to the console, like because that's where the majority of the gamers will be buying it at. Every single time. It might be able to be nice to merge the gaming platforms to where like maybe some PC gamers that don't want to play those 2 modes can actually play something else and have some gamers to play with. But these gaming companies are like Activision, Blizzard. I don't know about Blizzard so much, but Activision, EA, all of them. They're all going to still favor the consoles, and that's the reason why I say it could be a very dangerous thing for PC gaming, because they are going to look at it from, where am I going to care about my player base the most? The consoles. So how am I going to get the PC side on the level of where my money maker is at? They're going to have to lock something down on the PC to make it to where it's harder and harder and harder. So it could be a very good thing or a very, very bad thing. Because
We'll just have to see.
Yeah, you just have to. I mean, you have to know that the consoles is where their money maker is at.
Well, it depends on the game again.
But
Call of Duty.
I can almost guarantee you every single AAA third-party exclusive.
Dude, it's
Every
okay.
single one of them.
Okay, but see, here's the
sells
thing.
better
Okay,
on console.
PC gamers do not care about the AAA. Like we just don't.
I know.
most
I'm
of
not
us.
saying that you care. I'm not saying that you care about them. Those are the ones that drive the industry.
But
Those are the ones that drive the console industry, and that's part of the thing. If the player base was merged, it might even that out to where console game developers would start caring more about what PC gamers would want, and maybe then even PC developers would start caring more about what console players want. But it might even it out to where it's not such a difference between PC and console.
Most every PC developer wants to launch on console. The only problem is funds.
Well, I think a lot of it is controls too, because there are a lot, like you can't play Dota on a console. Can't.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, we're not talking
And
about the ones that
but
are
that's
like,
that's a huge percentage of games, like real-time strategy. It is so extremely hard. I mean, Jesus, I played the original StarCraft and Warcraft 2 on either PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2. I can't remember. And my God, it was just horrible. You cannot grab groups of guys and move them around and have them attack things with a controller. It just does not work like a mouse and keyboard. And there are a lot of games like that, like MOBAs or strategy, and there's whole genres of game that you cannot play as well. I mean, it's almost impossible to make it workable on a console controller versus a keyboard and mouse.
An RTS?
Yeah, an RTS.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, like
StarCraft.
wait.
StarCraft is one of the biggest
controller.
RTSs.
Okay,
on
but
it.
wait
You
a
cannot
minute,
do
wait a minute. Because Halo Wars and Halo Wars 2, I've been told by the RTS players that they are very well done with controllers.
Sure.
No. Okay, so now we're comparing different kinds of RTSs to straw man a point. That's not how this works.
Well, I don't.
Yeah.
Well, the only thing I know is it's an RTS.
Okay. So there's
but
Supreme.
the majority of RTSs are not built like Halo 2.
Let me give you an example, Rambo. Well, hold on.
RTS
Okay.
is RTS.
Okay, so let me put it this way, Rambo.
Oh, come on. Civilization is not the same thing as like Advanced War.
To me, it is what I'm saying is because I don't know anything about.
Okay, well, right. It's all good. So I have Supreme Commander 2 on Xbox 360. I got it on digital. It was on a sale for Xbox One. And I'm going to tell you right now, that game is hard as fuck to play with a controller versus a keyboard and mouse. Halo Wars is an RTS on a very basic fundamental, like very basic principles, versus what a game like Supreme Commander or even Age of Empires plays like.
Okay, I just know whenever y'all say RTS, I just know RTS.
Right. Okay.
The only thing I know is that any of those type of games like that bore the living shit out of me. So I've never checked into them to see what the difference between them are.
No, that's good. That's good.
I was just.
And that's one of the things, because consoles didn't have keyboard and mouse. You really could not make those heavy hitter RTSs like StarCraft or Age of Empires or Civilization or any of those on a console, because the controls, you can't manage large armies, especially when you got lots of little groups and stuff. That's just really hard to do with a controller.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just thinking off the top of my head over here, but I looked up because of fucking Aaron Greenberg saying that Xbox has the biggest exclusives.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well let me put this to the test, because obviously I'm taking Nintendo, right? So I pull it up and it has PC, Nintendo, Xbox, PlayStation. The only PC game that's actually just on PC, but it's actually coming to console now, but the only PC game that's actually up there is Sims 4. Like Warcraft, all those, the more like God of War, Gears of War, Forza, Gran Turismo, every fucking Nintendo IP, Uncharted, Infamous. All these things have sold more and more, are more quote unquote popular than any of these RTS games that you're talking about.
Not than StarCraft. I guarantee you.
Not even on the StarCraft isn't even on the list.
Then they're wrong, because StarCraft 2, everybody in Korea owns StarCraft in one form.
Well, I don't know. I
know RTSs aren't the largest genre. I know that because I've played them. I love StarCraft and Warcraft 2 and 3 and all that, and I know that Call of Duty is more popular than StarCraft, that's for sure. But StarCraft 1 especially, and I think 2 as well, as 2 didn't sell quite as well, but it sold a lot, and I guarantee you it's bigger than probably 70 to 80 or maybe 85% of the exclusives on either Sony or Microsoft. I guarantee it, because that game was huge. Like I said,
now I know
everybody in Korea owns that game.
I know these games obviously make more money than, say, any exclusive on any platform, because they're, hell, the bulk of PC gaming's revenue comes from like League of Legends, Dota, and StarCraft. The bulk of their what actually propels them over the console market as far as like the money share. So those are like huge games, but they don't. From what you can tell, like they don't sell it. It's not like they sell like a shit ton of copies. It's more of like people just spend a shit ton of money on them.
Well, I think. Wait, isn't League of Legends like one of the most played games ever? Besides, like maybe WoW or something.
Yeah, I think
but that's the thing. They're free to play though, so it's kind of hard. I mean, if they charge $30 a copy for Dota 2 or League of Legends, I mean, yeah, because I mean the sales numbers would just be ludicrous. You know, if it was no microtransactions, but just a one-time purchase like most games, yeah, the numbers would be way different, and stuff like that. So it's it's almost kind of sort of comparing apples to oranges.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to compare every PC game because a lot of them, like you said, are either free to play, and so there's no copy sold per se, and then there's games that I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
I mean, there's games that do both. There's games that have a price tag and microtransactions. I mean, what do you count? Do you count only the actual price of the game? Times copies sold, or
if you count how much like money is being brought in, there's nothing that compares to League of Legends and Dota.
Right.
But I mean, if I would count like biggest exclusives, I would not count the number of dumb people that pay into fucking microtransactions. That wouldn't be my market set for like which ones are the biggest exclusives. Because literally, like 100, maybe even 100,000 people could bring Halo 5 to being one of the top fucking games ever in the history of gaming, just by spending a shit ton of money on it.
But don't you know it is? Jeez.
But in the end, though,
Aaron Greenberg
money made is all that matters. So really, League of Legends and Dota are doing it right, because they are the ones making the most money.
Well, they definitely are making the most money. Now, I know that like PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds actually surpassed League of Legends and Dota. The number of people played in a day, just one day or whatever.
Concurrent players, yeah.
Yeah. But that's another thing they're doing with fucking PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. Xbox. They announced, we're announcing an exclusive partnership with, whatever PlayerUnknown. And basically all it is like we're publishing the game for you on Xbox. But you're still free to like publish anywhere else you want. The Xbox copy, you're going to get all of our resources for it. Just like they did with the Rise of the Tomb Raider. But they've been asked like several times, is this exclusive? Because the way you said it was kind of exclusive, but then you really weren't 100% sure with it. They were like, well, you have to talk to Bluehole. You have to talk to Bluehole. You have to talk to Bluehole. And it's kind of like what they did with Rise of the Tomb Raider. Whenever like you ask them, well, you have to talk to Square Enix. You got to talk to Square Enix.
And maybe that's how exclusives are going to go. They'll just start, instead of having exclusives for the platform, there will just be exclusive things like for PlayerUnknown's. Xbox might just have a deal where they put out a whole bunch of like cosmetic items that are only available on Xbox. Who knows?
Yeah, they did that with Twitch. Yeah.
Yeah. That part's fine. I don't care about that. But
and that might be what exclusives become. Instead of having exclusives for platforms, they just do exclusive features for each console or something like that. Who knows?
Well, I don't know. I think that like you'll still always have like the Sony first party and Nintendo first party, because those two, their first party games make quite a bit of damn money.
So what he's saying, you guys, is he cannot wait to be a Squiddy.
Oh, I know.
He is gonna be playing the shit out of some fucking Squiddy games.
He knows he's a Squid Kid.
I cannot deny the fact of how well they sell. In fact, there's more fucking idiots on Nintendo that buy the fucking game and don't even have the system to play it on. So yeah, there's just too many fucking idiots on Nintendo platform. But
don't even get me started on your platform, good sir.
Well, I'm sorry, but
PC Master Race, you all can.
Okay, wait a minute. Who goes out and buys a game, but you can't even fucking play it?
A devoted fan a devoted fan, good sir.
Fuck it, that's a fucking idiot.
Oh, okay. So who buys the core game of Sony's first party and then buys it again the second time around in the same calendar year on top of a whole new platform? Huh? Huh? I wonder about that.
I still have the fucking platform to play it on.
Then why'd you buy it twice?
That would be different. No, I'm saying I have that on the PS4. I don't have my PS3 anymore. I got rid of that thing. I have no interest in playing a PS3 game. I have no interest in fucking old games. I don't.
But you can't deny that shit didn't happen though. I'm not saying with you personally. I'm saying with other people.
I'm not saying it didn't. I've bought every single remaster that's came out. I will buy a remaster in a heartbeat. But you put backwards compatibility on it, fuck it, I ain't playing. The reason why I move forward with another generation is because I want newer looking games. I want better looking games than what I had before. So whenever you go to like from PS3 to PS4, I don't want to go back on like with the Xbox One, buy the Xbox One so I can play fucking Xbox 360. Like if I wanted that, I would have just stuck with the fucking 360. It's a hell of a lot cheaper.
I think that's where me and you are very different because I love backwards compatibility. In order to go back and play old games like right now, I cannot play my 3 copies of Prime 1, 2, and 3 individually anymore. Maybe 3. So I'm happy I own it on the Wii U as well digitally. So I, for one, can stand old games.
I'm not begrudging anybody who plays backwards compatibility. I'm just saying, I have no fucking use for it. I've never once fucking put in when I had a PlayStation 3, the very first one when I bought it at launch, I never once put in a PlayStation 1 disc or a PlayStation 2 disc. When I had a 360, I never put in a single Xbox One disc or original Xbox disc. I've never played a fucking 360 game on the Xbox One. I have no fucking use for any old games. When I had a Wii U, I wouldn't even look in the fucking Wii section. I would not buy a GameCube game. Like, they do not fucking interest me at all. I've moved on from them. I've played them. I got to play them whenever they were there. I played the shit out of them. I don't need to go back and play them now. The difference is that my platform that I choose keeps bringing out new games for me to play. So therefore, I can continue to. My library is growing daily on the PlayStation 4. It's great. I don't have to worry about playing an old game to fill a void between the next game coming out that I want. On other platforms, you do, and you don't even need to on the PC. But like the PC, I bought a lot of my games are like a bunch of older games because I wanted to see them, brought up to 4K standards or whatever. I never fucking played them. I always played the new ones that came out. They just sat there.
That's because you're a pleb, right? Like you're like a casual pleb, right? Yeah.
I know I'm beating them in Rambo points. I know that much.
Do what?
The Rambo points. You don't know about the Rambo points?
You passed me?
No.
Oh.
He's working on it. He's working on it.
He's got a long way to go, I think.
I do. Why? Because you're an asshole.
I haven't even played the Xbox in probably about a week.
When you earn 3,000 gamer points, it doesn't matter if you don't play for a month. That's a lot.
If you played your Xbox, it wouldn't be.
Sometimes I enjoy a multiplayer game you don't get achievements for.
Oh. See, I don't know. I'm a different type of gamer than what most people. I love my single player games. I love my stories and everything else, and I just have no. Like right now, like I could log into PlayStation Now, play any of the Uncharted, any of the Infamous games. I have no interest in it. I played the hell out of them. Now I guarantee you though, if they remastered Infamous 1 and 2 and put it on the PlayStation 4, it'd be a day one buy. I'd play the living shit out of them again.
Those are great games.
Because it looks better. It doesn't look like the same old shitty version. It's kind of hard to go from a game like Uncharted 4 or Horizon Zero Dawn and go back and play a fucking PS3 game that came out in the middle of the PS3.
That's because you're old.
It's like,
no, I see
But,
what
I
you
mean,
mean. You bought into a
I
whole
just-
other generation because you wanted a new experience.
yeah,
I get it.
But I mean, I'll still like I said, I've still bought every remaster. But those games look better than what they did. They did. If you say God of War 3 remastered, and go put it up against God of War 3, you'll see a noticeable difference.
Is it really
looks
that
better.
noticeable though? Because like I
It
remember
is to
people
me.
saying it wasn't that noticeable. So
It is to me. It feels like it plays different. To me, it feels better. I still have not finished it because I haven't. It hasn't been that long since I've played God of War 3. So it's like going back and trying to replay a fucking story game that I already know every part of the thing. The same thing with Last of Us. I got Last of Us remastered. I haven't played it. I tried, started it up and got to the part where I cried and turned it off.
Oh my god, you cried? What?
Hell
Last
yeah,
of Us
man.
is fucking
I'm just-
depressing,
I'm
bro.
just kidding. I'm
I
just
was-
That's
kidding.
fucking. If you have kids, man, that very beginning scene.
Well, fuck with your
Last of
heart,
Us-
doesn't it?
Yes, it will fucking kill you, man. Like
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I know you.
Dude, I won't lie. I teared up a little at the end of Titanfall 2.
Yep, so did I. I'm not gonna lie, I did too.
I haven't made it to the end of Titanfall 2 yet.
It's really
dude,
good.
it
It's
is.
really good.
It's so. Oh, and this is the beauty of video games. Like, I don't want to spoil the ending, but like, you know, you build a bond between you and the AI in the Titan, and like, how amazing is that a fucking video game, pixels on a goddamn screen, can tell a story, and you as a person can care about a fictional AI in a fictional battle bot.
Oh, well,
You know what I
guess
mean? Like,
Y'all are. It's impressive that y'all are, but I'm not tied to my BattleBot at all.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm not. I don't give a shit about Titanfall 2.
oh, you're missing the best part, dude. The robot riffs with you and shit.
Come
Yeah,
on,
He's
man.
telling
Just
jokes and
emotion,
stuff.
dude.
It's fucking awesome.
I don't pay attention to what the robots even say.
Oh, dude, yeah, you need to replay it and pay attention because it's fucking great.
Games more like the games that really will get me are games like Last of Us or Uncharted, like the ones that are third-person action adventure and like that are more there to tell a story and have action scenes than an action game like Titanfall 2, because Titanfall 2 is like really a lot of action. So I mean, to me, like those kind of games, like really what can get me to where I can get like really into the story, really deep, and really care about the characters. Whereas like Titanfall 2, I just play it because it's like a fast-paced shooter.
Well then.
Wow, this is a great conversation already.
Well, Hellblade was one that everybody else was like, man, it transcended me. It's like I felt like I'm fucking bipolar, so I was like, gosh, this shit's right at home, man. Like I just feel. I mean, it was like, okay, instead of the voices in my head, now it's just voices in Sinuous head inside my head. So I mean, it was just kind of like a normal day for me. I was just like, okay. Everybody else was like, man, this is powerful. I'm like, no, it's not. It's just a fucking game.
Hey, so is that shit based off of Heavenly Sword or no?
Hellblade?
Yeah.
I've never played Heavenly Sword to be able to make the comparison, but this I don't think it's based off of anything like their previous games. This is like a mix between a Telltale game and a I would say, I mean, the combat reminds me of a Dark Souls-esque type game, like combat-wise, because it's like hit, dodge, you know, that type of thing.
Yeah.
That's not near as hard as Dark Souls at all. I'm not trying to call it like any sort of Dark Souls hard. It's not hard at all. But it's kind of like that type of combat where you're going back and forth and that. But it's really more of just like a big, heavily narrative-driven story. Like it's just a better played Telltale game, because Telltale gets boring. They tell good stories, but it gets boring because like you'll go forever without touching your controller. And this game, since you have to walk through the whole thing yourself, then so you're like constantly with your controller in hand and constantly, you know, getting the story told in your head and stuff like that. So it puts you a little bit more into the game than what, say, like a Telltale game is. Like everybody said they cried at after the end of Walking Dead season 1. Like I didn't give a shit if Lee died. I'd be like, I didn't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't give a shit about what's her name. I forgot what her name was. Clementine. Like I just don't care. Like those games don't. They're fun and they're easy platinums. But like the stories, they don't tell a good enough story for me. But like games like Uncharted, well, Naughty Dog games just tell a story like no other. I have yet to find anybody who can tell a story better than Naughty Dog.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, don't even bring up your non-story ass fucking happy.
Hey, listen.
That I gotta make up a story as I go, because you know what, the people are too fucking poor to put a damn story in my game.
Honestly,
like,
you see. Hold on.
Hi, Luigi.
Honestly, see, I'm about to shut you down right now. See,
No, you
me
can't
listening to
shut
you
me
talk
down.
about.
You're
Hold
fucking
on,
have
Rambo.
a narrator.
See, you had
You
a
got a
chance to speak.
fucking narrator.
You had your chance to speak. My turn.
Morgan Freeman would be good for Nintendo.
Morgan Freeman,
yeah.
Morgan, good for anybody, not specifically my fucking brand of choice. But honestly, like, no joke, I've been listening to you, right? It needs to present itself. The story honestly needs to present itself to catch your eye, which is not a problem. There's a market for those kind of people. But
What do you mean, those kind of people?
If you don't look around in a Nintendo game, you won't understand the story.
If I don't look around,
You need to put yourself in the mind of the
okay,
game.
you understand that if I'm playing Super Mario Brothers,
There is a story to be told.
there's no fucking story.
you
No matter
have to
how much
pay-
I look around,
You
besides
have to pay attention in a
There's
Super
a
Mario
fucking
game.
mushroom. There's a mushroom that goes back and forth every 10 seconds.
You have to pay attention in a Super Mario game. It leaves fucking trails and clues.
I have
honestly
yet
does.
to
So-
figure out. I have yet to figure out in the points of a
A Sonic
Mario
game has a story. A Mario game
I
has
don't-
a story. Fucking Crash Bandicoot has a fucking story.
Because you didn't read the
Crash
manual, did you,
Bandicoot
Rambo?
has a story. They're
They used to-
platformers. They don't have fucking
they used
stories.
to put
Did
the
you
story
not?
in the
Okay. Did you not? Do you have the fucking Insane Trilogy? There's literally an opening
Yeah.
cutscene.
There is actually a story
With
to the
no
Crash.
There is a
fucking-
story to Crash.
There is,
with
yeah.
no fucking narrative.
He was one of Nefarious's generals that was a failed experiment.
Did you read that somewhere?
I played the original fucking game on the PlayStation when I was a fucking child, and I remember that. Come on, Rambo.
Wait a minute. I played Crash 1. I've been playing Crash
It
1.
will tell you
But
in
I don't
Crash
remember-
1.
I don't remember a single thing talking in that damn thing.
Replay Crash 1 because Nefarious will talk and he will explain everything as the cutscene goes along. I'm telling you, you're not paying attention. You have to open
Okay,
your
that-
eyes
platform-
and
So
let the
in
game tell
Mario,
it to
if
you.
you're making
Voodoo-
your own story, when he falls off the cliff, did he have too much spaghetti that day?
He's not
Feeling
supposed
kinda
to.
bloated?
He's not supposed to fall
No,
off
no,
the
no, no.
cliff.
That's why I like Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. That was the perfect
Voodoo-
thing. 'Cause if you fell, he just said, "Wait a minute, that's not how the story went," and he starts it
Voodoo
over
Vince.
from before.
Voodoo Vince has a better story than any fucking Nintendo game.
See, now you're just naming games I don't even know, and I play a lot
Voodoo
of
Vince. You don't. Voodoo Vince is the platformer that came out that they remastered, I guess, for the Xbox One.
Well, you see, I just got an Xbox One this month, so obviously I didn't play
But
that.
he's a voodoo doll. But I mean, there's cutscenes, there's a story to like the Voodoo Vince guy. But you seriously got to make up. Destiny
you don't.
has a-
My
Destiny has a-
My
Destiny has
favorite
a better
fucking
story.
game. My favorite fucking games, the Metroid series, will tell you in fucking beautifully rendered cutscenes. It'll tell you what the hell's going on. It'll even show you what the fuck's doing the damage.
Let's put it this way: by the time whenever I play one of the Nintendo games, by the time I get to a fucking cutscene, I forgot what the last cutscene was about.
That's because you don't care. You're looking for the platinum that isn't to be had. Honestly.
Doom had the best story. Just saying.
When Destiny 1, when the vanilla Destiny has a better story than Mario Brothers, that says something about Mario Brothers.
No, it doesn't.
Tell me how. Can anybody in this podcast tell me about, or even in the chat, looking around in Super Mario 3D World, Super Mario Brothers? You name any fucking Mario game you want to. They've used them enough.
Princess is kidnapped. You're chasing the
Mario RPG. Boom.
What's the fucking story?
That is. It's plain and dry.
You say it's the most basic. It's the most basic story of stories. That's the point, though. That's the point. That was the whole point of Mario 1.
God.
It was the most basic stories of stories to be told. You are the savior. Your princess has been captured. You must do what any knight would do: save the princess. Except you're not a knight. Except you're not a knight. You're a plumber. But
Doesn't matter. When fate calls upon you, sir, it does not matter if you are a knight or a plumber. You answer that damn call, and you squash those damn Goombas.
What do you think the fucking soldiers in Call of Duty do? They don't just say, "Oh, well, I don't feel like." They know the answer to the fucking Call of Duty because they're programmed.
No, they are. The soldiers in Call of Duty are soldiers. Like, you cannot compare Mario to a soldier.
Yes, I can.
If you are a man, sir, you must be prepared at any
You're
time.
a man, you will save
You
never know when the princess is going to need saving.
Now that I'm watching Game of Thrones, I see that no matter what, whenever somebody calls upon you and you are a lesser, you have to go.
Best story ever. Agreed, Raji.
Oh, no, that was not the best story ever. That's like...
It's the original story. It's
story.
literally like the first story that mankind ever told.
But it's still the same. It's still the same fucking story.
It doesn't matter.
Almost all the games you
Wait. This whole time it's been arguing about if a game has a story or not.
I don't think it's
now he's saying, but it's the same shit.
It's the
so you just confirmed that there's
too many times.
No.
Mario has a story. Rambo confirmed.
I'm using their words. I'm using their words. But I don't consider that a story. Nothing.
Well, what's your opinion? If we're talking about your opinion, that's one thing.
Right, but yeah, obviously opinion. But here's what I'm saying. Like I at the end of the game, I can give a fuck less if Princess lives or dies. I don't give a fuck about that bitch.
But that's not the point of the game.
But but I mean, if like any of these Super Mario games. But if you go to like, say, Nintendo does not know how to like get you into the game, like where you care about the characters, because I don't give a shit about any of the fucking characters in Nintendo. Like they just.
I can name one game right now that I'm sure most of you already know. Fucking Luigi's Mansion. They make a specific reason, even though Mario is an asshole to you throughout the
but it has a story.
Even though Mario is an asshole to you throughout the entire sports series, because King Boo put that nigga in a fucking portrait, and you have only like a day or so to save his ass, that keeps you emotionally invested. You trying to save your fucking brother.
Come on. Wait a minute. You're
in a haunted mansion. In a haunted mansion, you have to save your fucking blood.
Wait. Let's rewind. You are emotionally invested in a fucking Luigi's Mansion?
Fuck yes.
Oh my
God. I'm not laughing because of Metro's admitting to that. I'm laughing at the fact that Rebel's mind just got blown.
You ask any gamer, whether they're Nintendo or not, and they have played a game like Luigi's Mansion or Luigi's Mansion.
I have played Luigi's Mansion.
But did you understand it?
Yes, but I don't give a shit about it. It was a fucking little kid's game.
Again, that is the difference between me and you and our mindsets.
Yes, because I like grown-ups.
Oh, here we go.
Jesus fucking Christ, Rambo.
Damn.
When I see you, I'm gonna have to boop you in the
He's gonna boop you.
Let's go on to
You know,
something else to talk
I've
about some shit.
discovered, like,
Jesus Christ.
You see how, like, if Rambo would have said that to anyone else, it's like, when I see you, you know, I'm gonna punch you in the mouth, that kind of thing. And Metro's like, I'm gonna boop you. This has led me to my latest gay discovery.
That he's actually gay?
No. That oodles is a gay form of measurement.
What the fuck?
Listen.
Hey, listen!
When you hear a gay person go, oh, I got oodles of time, that's a form of measurement. Is
I
it
do not say fucking oodles of time. What the
Okay,
fuck?
you may not,
I
but
don't.
other
Yeah, I
gay
don't
people
use
do.
oodles.
Other gay people
I don't
do.
use oodles.
You're straight, Rambo. I'm not talking about you. You have heard
Yeah,
other
yeah. I mean,
gay people say
well,
oodles.
I've heard plenty of gay people say oodles.
That is their form of measurement. I'm convinced.
I'm sorry, I used the American system.
That's not the American system.
I use inches and centimeters.
Oh, okay.
Dick in
Well,
ass.
centimeter. Wouldn't centimeters actually be the British system?
That's metric.
Well,
yeah.
you know, a ruler helps.
Or you could just, you know, just say oodles and, you know, Metrox would automatically zero in on what you're saying.
He's like, oh, I get that.
He's like, nigga, did you say oodles? Oh, yeah, I got that. How many oodles is that? About 5? Oh, man, that's huge! See?
That's more oodles than you need.
That's overkill.
Fucking stupid. Anyways, go on.
Well, I'm sitting here playing Call of Duty Infinite Warfare while I'm hearing you drag queens talk. You know,
That's a good story.
It's all right. It's pretty good.
Hey, listen.
Hey, listen! And then you hear that womp 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 womp. That is the voice acting in Zelda, by the way, if you guys don't know. Womp 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 womp.
Yeah, I feel like I like watching fucking Charlie Brown Christmas. It's like if you're in like playing a Nintendo game is like being in Charlie Brown's fucking school all day long. I don't know what the fuck the teacher says.
Metro, do you understand the Charlie Brown language?
Well,
Sorry, I was too busy explaining to fucking Gamer Dragon why I was too busy debating Rambo.
But somebody in the chat asked like what is the definition of story, like Shadow Condemned, and what I say defines a story is that the length of it, for one thing, and how it's told. Like I wouldn't go watch a movie if it was told like a fucking Nintendo game, because you'd be in and out. Like you wouldn't even have to worry about going. You could just call and say, "What's it about?" All right.
He said in and out.
Well, I think you would honestly hate Hardcore Henry. You know, me and Rife both agree Hardcore Henry is awesome.
You say Minecraft has a story.
And honestly, if you look at it from the end screen, it tells you it does.
Once it gets past there ain't no story.
Because you've already because you've already killed the fucking Ender Dragon.
Yeah, this
Oh,
probably
I don't
take
even-
a minute, so I'm gonna get a drink. While
I'm
you guys
good.
duke it out.
I'm good.
I'm-
I'm good.
I'm good.
But I don't.
Me and
I
him
don't-
could go
I
on
don't
this for
even-
fucking hours.
I don't even know the story of Minecraft. Like the only thing I know is just boring as hell. Like it's just boring, flat out boring. It's just a.
I could explain it to you, but it
pretty
would
blocks.
literally take an hour for me to explain it to you.
I played the Minecraft story mode though.
That's not the same though.
I didn't care.
Eh.
They could.
it's mainly about going after the Ender Dragon, right? Like, but you don't even know that. That's not even made obvious
You don't
to you.
even, yeah, you don't even know in the beginning. You're just like, I
No,
live
and-
life. And then
All you know is you make some shit, and then all of a sudden you got fucking tall
All of a
black
sudden,
monsters
the world-
stealing your shit. Then you have storms, and it's like,
and then
okay.
you realize there's a deeper purpose. You have to go and
No,
you have
I
to
still don't.
end eternity.
I have yet to actually play Minecraft and have those little zombies and all that shit come out and whatever. I've yet to play that and go, oh, there's something more to this story. I'm just like, these are just put there just to annoy the hell out of me while I'm trying to build something.
You understand the
Well, yeah, but what are
day and night
Goombas
system,
except for things put in your way to annoy you? I mean, that's the whole
Exactly.
point of games, is to put a bunch of challenges in front of you so you can overcome them.
But are we really going to pretend that those zombies in Minecraft are a challenge?
No, not in
No,
a
they're
group
not.
of 3, but when there's 10 of them, and there's also some creepers, and there's a bunch of other enemies that are all. Well, sometimes you can. Sometimes you're surrounded. Sometimes you're in a cave and there's nowhere to run to. I mean, there is a challenge there.
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
and that's the thing. It
of
ramps up really quickly.
I always carry a bed inside my inventory, and just run away, throw a bed on the ground, sleep. They're gone.
But the challenge ramps up. Like the first couple parts are super easy, and it's not until you really start exploring that it starts to get difficult.
I never played like Minecraft to do anything other than just build. Like I got
get
the
achievements.
I got the 100% achievement on Xbox, but I found somebody who had a world. He already beat the Ender Dragon. I followed him down to the little portal.
Cheater.
I went into the portal there, and then the Ender Dragon was already beat, so the portal was already up for me to get out. I popped
You
out
should be ashamed of yourself.
I don't care anything about
Honestly,
Minecraft.
I'm just fucking face palming you right now. This is why you don't understand some of the stories for some games.
I just don't Minecraft like those build your own adventure games. I have no interest in them at all.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's for certain people, people that like to build, be creative and stuff. But
Like that game Jurassic World that Xbox is coming out with. You get to build your own Jurassic Park. I'm like, yeah, whoa, yay!
Now, is it like a 2D game or is it like a fucking straight up
3D?
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, to me it's like, yay, a Zoo Tycoon with dinosaurs. Yay!
Hey,
I don't like. To me, it seems like it's more of a PC type of game than consoles. I don't. What do you think? Like the build your own adventures. Obviously, Minecraft is the exception to every fucking rule in this. What I'm about to say. But your build your own adventure games do very much better on PC than they do on consoles.
Yeah, it is. It is
because it has so much more freedom on PC.
Right.
With mouse and keyboard where you point and click and all that crap like that. And they just don't translate well over to the console, I don't think. Minecraft obviously is an exception. They figured that was just like a very basic concept of it. But anything on larger scales just don't seem to actually have the same impact as what like Minecraft did.
Yeah, it's not the easiest thing for a game like SimCity or Roller Coaster Tycoon or any of those kind of it can be done. It's not like a real-time strategy where there's a timed thing and it's actually it means something if you can't click or choose the right units or whatever. But it is still a lot easier to play with a mouse and keyboard than it is on a controller.
And that should lead us into the next thing, is games. What have you guys been playing? We'll start off with Shane, since he's done a vlog today.
Oh, actually, I can thank Metro and Gamer Dragon for this. When they came over, like, we had 3 Xbox One controllers, and we were looking for 3-player games I had, and we got involved in WWE 2K16. I have had that game since launch in 2015 and could never figure out how to play it and have fun while doing it. Well, after playing it with those 2 guys, I can't seem to get enough of it. So I've been playing a lot of WWE 2K16. Yeah.
That's cool. That's pretty cool. I saw Otaku Chat
Battlefield
play
1.
that. And Battlefield 1. Oh, by the way, Bad Company 1 came out on backwards compatibility a couple of days ago. I picked it up. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Now that I can see the differences between the copy that I have on PS3 and this one, I can understand why everybody was on the 360, even though it had its faults. I understand now, pretty much, because on the PS3, that game was shit.
Yeah, all the multiplats look better on.
No. I'm not talking about as far as the way. No, I'm not talking about the way it looks. I'm talking about the way it functions. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. As a play. So the PS3, all right. So the PS3 on Bad Company, dude. Like, I traded that game in twice and bought it twice because I was told, oh, they fixed it. Dude, that game was such trash on the PS3. That bitch had you dropping through the map as soon as you spawned. Like, it was that bad. It was so fucking broken. And people figured out how to get onto the maps on the PS3 version, so you could just fucking map glitched away to victory on the PS3, and nobody ever did anything about it. So I got it on the 360, and that shit is actually a lot of fun. Like, I was having a blast with it today.
Is the multiplayer populated?
Mm-hmm.
Right on.
There's a lot of motherfuckers playing that game right now, dude. There wasn't a single server that I got into today that was not full.
Let's see all younger fuckers that are ruining games for me. All these damn multiplayer talk.
Wah. But yeah, I've been playing that. I've been playing Infinite Warfare. I've been playing this during the whole podcast. And that's kind of one of the questions I'm going to have for some of these guys is, do you guys want me to do gameplays again? Because if so, we could modify the screen to where you could see gameplay footage of the game on as an overlay with all of us talking. And I figured it'd give you guys something to watch while we're playing the game and talking and the whole 9 yards. Give you something to do. Because I know a lot of you guys like to watch us, and I kind of feel bad sometimes, and I'm like, maybe I should put some game on there, because I was kind of going back today where I had some of the podcasts with the gameplay in it, and you guys really seem to enjoy that, so.
Well, you know, Brimstone kind of pushed me along and hounded me, so it's my turn. What about Sunday Squad Day?
Yeah, it might be coming around. It actually might be a thing again, and at least this way, the squad that I'm going to have will actually stick around and do some shit, so.
Well, we're
What's
all in
Sunday
basically
Squad
the
Day?
same zip code, so.
That too. Sunday Squad Day is a thing that myself, Geek, myself, Fun Fact, Kirusaurus started, and it was with Riot, and we were all having fun playing Paladins together, and the videos did really well. They did extremely well. A lot of people liked the bantering back and forth between us and the shit talking, and it was just overall a really fun set. Well, when I tried to do any other stuff after that, nobody seemed to ever want to do it, or they were working, or I couldn't get anybody on. So I'm hoping that now that we're all together around here, we can start doing Sunday Squad Day again, and hopefully get some more videos going on that. I have all the recording devices in the fucking planet, so there's really no excuse as to why we can't do it. So
Yeah.
I'd be down for it.
sounds good. Pete, what do you think? Sunday Squad Day, you gonna be down, man?
Yeah, I guess.
I guess. Man.
No reason not to, as long as I've got the game that you're playing and all that.
Yeah, we'll make sure that everybody has the game or not. I'm not going to just go out and buy a game and then expect everybody to have it. I'm not going to do that. If nobody has a particular game that we'll have to play together, I'll either look for the free-to-play alternative to it, or I'll do the if I can find it cheap, I'll buy it for people so we can all play together or something. Like, that's just what I normally do. That's what I like to do anyways. Because I wouldn't mind doing some, like, Doom stuff, perhaps, maybe in the future. I don't see very many YouTubers doing squad stuff with Doom. I thought that would be kind of fun. Ripping each other's heads off and shit would be fun.
I love Doom multiplayer, yeah.
Yeah, see, I have it for PC and Xbox, so I'm covered there. I know Riot is going to probably get it soon, and me and Shaner got almost all of our Xbox games together, so, like, whatever we do on console, we can do on, you know, that's one or two people that don't have to worry about buying games. So we got almost every platform covered, from PS4 to the Xbox One to the Wii U, and now that Metrox is living with me, now we got the Switch to play on. So, I mean, we're pretty much set. Like, there's really nothing we can't play together. And I think it'd be a lot of fun. Honestly, I actually got into, what was it? Splatoon 2 with Metrox in his first day here, and it was a lot of fun. I really did enjoy the game. It was a blast. I was just sitting there shooting the shit, talking to him. He was showing me how to play the game. That's what I was playing just this past week, wasn't it, Metrox? Like, it was actually a pretty good game.
Yeah, you were, and I think we played it on in the barbecue too.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Shane came over, we barbecued, and it was fun. Overall, fun experience. Surprisingly, I didn't think I was going to like the game, to tell you the truth. I thought I was going to hate it, but no, it was pretty fun.
And if the servers are still up for the first one, you're more than welcome to just take the gamepad for the Wii U.
Nice. So, yeah, so Squad Day Sunday could be a thing again. I still have plans to move forward with the voice acting now that I have the space for it, because that's what we were really waiting on, was just for the space. So the voice acting for fan fiction read-offs are going to happen. I promise I will continue to go through with it. I'm just gonna get some voice actors going for the fan fiction shit. That I know there's a few of you that wanted to do it, and so I'm gonna go ahead and push that forward. So I think you guys will have a lot of fun with that because some of this shit's X-rated. So obviously voice actors can't be under the age of 18 because that would be awkward.
If we can't get Kurosaurus to play me like she wanted to, I got dibs on No Better Name.
No better name?
Oh yeah. That
Alright.
little kid, or not kid.
I was like, he's not really a little kid, is he?
No, he's 18. So,
That's a kid.
but
Eh.
not for
That is barely over a child, sir.
Hey,
Well,
I
then-
said as long as they're not under 18, so we're safe.
then Metrox. I got dibs on you.
Oh,
That's a
God damn it.
lifetime. That's a lifetime ago for me, man.
And we need somebody to play Rambo because he's made his way into the fan fictions as well.
Go Get can play for me.
Go
Who
get
you
one.
fucked by?
Me and you.
Take it, Rambo, like a dirty bitch.
You dirty skank.
Take that like the whore you are.
You
Dip,
guys have
dip,
to write
potato
me
chip.
into the fan fiction.
Oh Jesus.
You know
Yeah, you
what?
better
I think
take
I'm gonna
it
have
back.
Cyrus Martin play me.
Hell yeah.
He is gonna be my voice actor. Cyrus, you down for that? I'll let you be my voice actor. Cause I'll record it when we're all on a call together, and it's gonna be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he said he'd do some voice acting for you.
Yeah, boy. Awesome. So we got that covered. Rambo, are you gonna have anything coming to your channel? Geek's got a vlog up, and you don't.
Yeah, I haven't been able to get out of my bed.
Oh yeah,
So-
I forgot about that. My bad. I forgot about that.
That's the reason why I put on a long Twitter thread or whatever. The reason
Yeah,
why
I forgot about
because-
it.
But that's that's really been the only reason because I have like 2 games I've played through and reviewed, but I haven't done the review for like the voice part of it or whatever. But once I get medicine back in me, I plan on getting that up, and I haven't even been able to. Uncharted Lost Legacy came out Tuesday. I played a little bit of that, like the first 4 chapters, and I couldn't even stomach playing it because I was hurting so bad. So I just been sitting back watching Game of Thrones.
How you liking it, by the way? I noticed you.
I am
you're...
so fucking ready. Daenerys to have them fucking dragons race so that she can go kill that fucking bitch Cersei.
Yo, I'm right there with you, man. Like, ain't that some crazy shit?
Fuck Cersei and fuck that little sniffling fucking king that they got. Like, I'd beat his fucking ass. I'd knock his.
Have you noticed that all the wieners you see are flaccid? None of them are hard. You know why? Because a soft wiener is less intimidating than a hard wiener. Scientifically proven.
Bro.
Actually, I think the reason why they can't show an erect penis even on HBO or whatever like that because that's considered porn.
I was gonna say, doesn't that classify it as porn then?
Yep. That's the reason why I like that.
But yeah, we can watch the chick get fucked on the rocks, right? Like getting raped. Let's have a habitual rape scene. It's all good.
Yeah, but, I mean, as long as their dicks are limp, then we're all good.
The entire
yeah,
network of HBO needs that.
I just got to the part right before I had to pause this episode that I was on, but Daenerys' dragons were just stolen, and her part of her horde or whatever was killed in that Quarth or whatever, Quarth or I don't know that fucking weird ass city. So I'm in season 2 and I'm.
Oh, don't tell me anymore. I haven't made it that far.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I've been.
Oh man, it's so fucking.
I got to the
ridiculous,
point, dude. So I got to the point where like that chick is burned alive, and the hot chick is like fucking. She walks into the fire, you know. She sleeps over there or whatever.
Yeah.
Then she's like fucking naked with like dragons all over her. Like I thought that was
Yes.
amazing. That's where I left off at.
That's where I ended last night. But today I just been binge watching it, and like I have to tell myself like at nighttime because first of all it's hard for me to sleep anyway because my pain, but now it's like even doubly hard. So
Yeah.
when I start watching it, I started looking at the clock. It was like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and like okay, I gotta stop watching this and go to bed, and then I lay down, I wake up, and I'm back up like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm watching.
It's hard to put it down though once you get started.
Yeah,
It is.
Oh,
That's why I haven't watched it anymore, because if I watch more, like I'll no life it, dude. I'll fucking stay up day and night watching that shit. That's a great series. I didn't think I was gonna like it, to tell you the truth, because everybody was kind of overhyping it to me, and then I started watching it, and I was like, oh my god, for once my friends are right about something.
yeah. The first couple of episodes, I'm like, okay. I mean, it's cool, whatever. And then it's like all of a sudden I'm like, wow, okay. I'm just like in it, and now I can't.
The no lifing starts for Rambo. Rip.
I did do that for a couple of nights instead of gaming this past week. It was just kind of watch things on Netflix, and I came across a show that's actually really good. And if you guys are into comics or even know about Archie comics, this show is freaking amazing. It's called Riverdale, and it has all the Archie comics characters, but it's like an adult version. There's murder, drugs, fucking cheaters. It's fucking amazing, but there's only one season so far.
Nice. I gotta check that out.
Yeah, the politics of Game of Thrones, I still haven't figured that out yet.
Yo, that shit is so fucking involved and entwined.
Yes.
Like, holy
There's
fuck.
so much fucking shit going on, and so many different who answers to who and who. But I'm like, fuck, I just like it for what it is. But trying to figure out the damn ins and outs of it,
Bro, is it me or are all the chicks in that fucking show hot? Like, they are all gorgeous. Even the bitch is gorgeous.
They hired porn stars to do all the nude parts.
Hell yes.
All I know is the dragon chick, like, when she has no clothes on, that, man, she is absolutely gorgeous. Like, now the thing that cracks me up, though, is the very beginning with her brother. I was kind of creeped out by that. I was like, what? Like, this guy is, like, really doing that to his own sister? Like,
yeah, they did that. They did that because she didn't want to have sex with the king because he was a drunkard, and she didn't think that that would be a great good bloodline or whatever. So to keep their bloodline pure, she fucked her sister, her brother, and so the king is actually her fucking son and uncle or what? I don't know how that would work. That works out. I don't know.
it is so awkward.
Yeah, and now she's like, now that they captured. Oh yeah, I don't know. Shit, you don't know. I don't know. Have you got to the war yet?
Is it season 2? No.
Okay. Oh, never mind. I won't tell you because it's like that. That Cersei's a fucking nasty bitch, man. Like,
Oh yeah.
I've looked ahead, like I mean, on the like the little thumbnails, you know, like they have on HBO, and I'm seeing like in season 7 that Cersei's still there, and I'm like, how the fuck is this bitch not died yet? Like, how?
Of all the people, of all the fucking people in that show who have not survived yet, and this bitch is the one who keeps going.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, to me, like that would have been like the easiest kill. Just stab her.
Yo, and her brother, dude, her brother was pretty ruthless too, dude. Like, her brother, like, damn near killed the kid. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, just to keep the fucking secret. Yep.
And then they find out later anyway, so it's like, that was kind of pointless, wasn't it? Like,
yeah, but then they basically kill everybody who knows the secret.
Yeah.
Did you get to where she rounded up all the fucking children in the
Bastards.
In King's Landing?
Oh, the fucking king's sons or whatever?
Yeah, all of his bastard kids, like, she just lines them up and starts killing fucking babies.
No, I haven't seen that yet, but now I know what to look forward to.
Oh.
No, it's all good. No, it's all good. Now I know what to expect.
And
That
for
was
late-term abortions.
I was like, damn, man, like this fucking woman is ruthless, man.
Yeah, she's fucking crazy.
And that little sniveling snot-nosed fucking teen. Joffrey.
Yeah, that little shit.
Oh, I swear, man. Even if I was a poor motherfucker, and he brought me before, I would charge that motherfucker so quick. Oh God, and that girl that his Stark's daughter.
Circe, yeah.
Yeah.
Sansa.
Or Sansa, yeah.
How in the hell she puts up with what he does to her? I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't live back then. I would not be answering no fucking king. I'd be like, who the fuck you think you are, you bitch? Like, no.
Yo, I was so
be dead.
pissed when they killed the guy, when they beheaded him. I was so angry, dude.
Oh, but me too, because that dude was a badass, man.
Right?
Yeah.
But that dude had some fucking honor, man.
He was the best fucking character in that goddamn series.
He was, man. Like, he was able to. He had so much fucking honor, and he had more honor to honor his name and honor the crown and everything else like that than his own fucking family. Like, he chose death over protecting his kid. And I don't know. I mean, he had a hell of a lot more character than what anybody else in that damn show has. And that damn bastard that the Grey Horns or whatever they're called, the Grey Matter, Grey.
Oh, the gray. You're talking about the ones on the wall.
Well, no, they have that castle that blocks the path over the lake.
I think I know what you're talking about.
No, not that one. No, it's the ones that the Ironborn and Iron. By iron I'm born and iron I'm bled and whatever, the Iron and Water. The king there, he used to be king or whatever, but he lost the war, his rebellion, and to the Starks, and that he gave one of his only son to the Starks, and the Starks raised him.
Oh, okay, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
That motherfucker is a piece of shit.
Ugh, man, now you got me thinking about this goddamn show now.
Yeah, I'll probably start for another like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning again, or trying to finish off season 2 at least, because I'm just like fucking addicted, man. I'm just waiting for people to die.
I remember when I told you about it, and you were like, "No, I don't think I'm gonna really get into this." And I'm like, "I don't know, man. There's a lot of rape and killing going on." And you're like, "Okay, I'll watch episode 1." Like,
yeah, what's crazy is everybody tells me like a bunch of no main character is safe, right? You know, every character can die.
I wish I was warned ahead of time on that. I didn't know that.
All the people that I want to die won't fucking die. Like, everybody that I don't want to die keeps dying. It's like, this is fucking pissing me off.
It's a recurring theme throughout the whole show.
Dude, tell me that midget's not hilarious though. Like, he's actually
he's my one holdout, bro. The only character I like that survives like any length of time.
I mean, that'd be getting a award, dude. He gets knocked out. Like, what the fuck?
That was fucking. And then he's like, "Did we win?" And he goes back and tries to tell of his brave battles, and I'm like, "Motherfucker, you didn't even make it out your damn camp."
No, he ends up doing some pretty savage shit, though. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
He's very savage, but he's very sneaky with it, because like he made that statement like where he felt that since he couldn't fight, since he wasn't physically able to fight, to get smart. And so now he can basically outsmart most of the people because they're built for just being a warrior.
Yeah, they think with their swords first, and they don't think tactically and shit. Yeah, he is pretty beast at that shit. Like his name is Tyrion. Tyrion, yeah.
Tyrion, yeah.
Yo, he survived the Veil because he had somebody like challenge for him. Like,
oh yeah, that was fucking. Oh god, that fucking Veil.
Her sister, that chick sister, with her son, dude. I don't know whose son's worse, dude. Oh my god.
14 years old, sucking on his mom's. Oh, I'm hungry. I'd be like, bitch, you're gonna go flying. Like that. I would have thrown him down that fucking hole.
Can my wife breastfeed me?
She can.
I don't know if it'll be. I don't know if it'll be
possible.
Say if a woman will stay producing milk as long as somebody's sucking the milk off. And so this kid was like 13 years old and still sucking his mom's tit. But I guess whenever you're poor and you ain't got no food, then something's
Yeah,
better.
but they were
I
rich,
don't know.
though.
I'd starve.
Titty milk it is.
I couldn't be 13 and sucking my mom's tit. I did like, nah, I'm dead, dude.
Yo, that's
I just-
that
I
dude.
just-
That puts a whole new meaning to basement dweller, huh?
Because I would literally just jump out that fucking hole in the middle of the room myself. I'd be like, I'm done. I'm out.
So what do you
I
guys
couldn't
got
do it,
on
man.
the docket for tonight? You guys playing any games? You going to bed?
I'm gonna watch Game of Thrones because I can't. I can't like focus long enough to play a game.
I'm gonna probably game tonight. I just gotta see what time I work tomorrow. I think I told Val to keep my schedule, so I'm gonna look into it. If I don't work until later tomorrow afternoon, then I'll be up all night.
But it was really. I mean, I don't mean to go back to Game of Thrones, but it was really weird though to, after playing the Game of Thrones Telltale game to watching the show for the first time. Like most people that played the Game of Thrones Telltale game has been watching Game of Thrones, and so they were immediately able to tell like what parts were different, everything like that. But I was opposite. Like I never had watched Game of Thrones, but I played it, and now watching the show, you can tell like where they mix different storylines together.
And not to mention, since it's a game, I'm sure it's like hella watered down.
Oh yeah. Oh, but the midget's still ruthless though in there.
Is he really?
Yeah. I mean, he's still cunning, very cunning and stuff like that. I mean, he's still a badass in that thing.
Savage.
It's just, it's. I mean, it's definitely toned down from Game of Thrones, obviously.
Well, I mean,
but
that show's had what, 6 seasons now?
8. Said on the 7th season.
7th.
Did you know?
Yeah.
Did you know
Oh.
there's a little town out in like I don't know if it's Pittsburgh or wherever it's at, but they have a Game of Thrones dedicated village where like everything's made out of like certain like to make it look like it's from the Game of Thrones set. You got a bar, the whole 9 yards. I was like, oh my god, I gotta go there.
Oh, yeah, I'll definitely have to go there. But that's.
I'm like, does that come like with the rape scene? Because I need to know.
I need to see that
I want.
for scientific purposes.
It makes me want to go like to Ireland and places like that, to where I can go see like the old castles there.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I don't know. The show's fucking addicting as hell. It tells the story really well because I care about every character. I care about they kill off.
Yeah.
And like right now, I'm really worried about Anya. I think her name is the little Stark's little girl that wants to be a boy. I guess wants to be a soldier.
She is a trip, dude. She is a fucking trip. That little girl is
Yeah,
more
it gets
manly, dude. That little girl is more manly than like fucking his entire son bloodline.
Yeah.
Like that's ridiculous.
And she's more manly. She's definitely more manly than that fucking king.
Because she's a hell of a swordsman, dude. She was being trained when she was like little. So
Yep. Yeah, she worries me now. Like when we get into it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it definitely puts like after seeing what's happened with like her dad, it definitely makes me worry with her because in the situation she's in now. But I'm like, shit. It's just so everybody that I want to die, like every single person, just keeps on fucking living. At first, I thought that Sansa was going to fucking throw Joffrey off that balcony when he was showing her dad's head on the
yeah, dude. Like I thought she
like,
was gonna
come on. And then that guy
Right
grabbed
there.
him, like,
It's
no,
right there.
No, don't fucking grab her. Like, shit. I don't give a shit if she dies afterward, but as long as he dies, like I'm okay with this.
Yes, exactly.
And then no, they fucking. I'm like, no, this is be so good. Like kill his ass, or just cripple his ass to make him really feel like humble his ass a lot. Oh yeah, but yeah, I can't wait to see Daenerys with riding fucking dragons and breathing fire down on people. And
Oh, you're gonna be disappointed, sir.
How dare you?
I have been told that though. I've been warned about that.
Yeah,
don't get your hopes up on that. That's one of
It's
the
a
things.
good long time before the dragons do really much of anything. So, and I think it's probably for like budget reasons. Because I'm sure of all the effects, like the dragons probably are the most expensive.
Oh yeah, I could imagine because
Yeah, I mean, you know, huge and fire and all this other kind of stuff, and it's like, yeah, that's some serious
I saw, like, on
rendering
season-
and stuff.
Yeah, I saw season 7, like one of the, like they, of course, obviously, you know, on Twitter they showed some clips or whatever where this dragon comes in and just lays fire to like this whole army like marching. So I'm ready for that, but like obviously I have like 5 more seasons to go.
Yeah, it's a ways. They don't even get big. I don't think until like season 4 or season 5.
They're so cute. I want
They
one.
are. I know. I want one too.
I was telling my girl, I was like, yo, I need to have one of these in my life. Seriously.
You wait till you get to the part where he heats up his own food.
Oh my
That-
gosh.
That was so fucking cute. I was like, all right, I got to get one of these.
How is this not being crowdfunded yet?
Yeah, like there's got to be a fucking dragon I can have in my house. Like,
Fucking
I can
Rambo.
fucking-
He's like, I will
I can-
crowdfund this shit to reality.
Hey, we've got CRISPR and shit. What the fuck? Somebody
just
can't
wondering,
add
like, if
wings
you
to
could-
a little
I
lizard?
can own a lion at my house. I can own a panther or whatever. I cannot own a dragon.
You can have a bearded dragon or something.
Not
No,
the
they
same
don't-
They
thing.
don't fly.
Not the same. They're not even near as cute at all.
No.
Well, my neighbor got one, and it's terrifying. At least when it comes to looking at it.
They're ugly as hell. But,
Fucking
man,
Rambo.
those
Not the
dragons,
brimstone. He'd be like, "Oh, that's such a cute bearded dragon." He looks vicious as hell. I mean, dude tried to bring it to my house. I'm like, man, I don't really do reptiles, and he just laughed and walked away. All right, I'll talk to you later then.
yeah, Caesar. That's what I like. I heard that season 7's like really short. Like they're already doing the season finale.
Well, I mean, this is, you know, the dragons and the White Walkers, and you know, this is the big, like, you know, climax. Probably for I don't know how much longer they could keep it.
I think
going.
they're only doing. I think they only said they're doing one more season. That's it.
Yeah, I figure that'd be it. Like the big battles, however many there are, and then, you know, the aftermath or whatever, a couple of episodes of that, and then just, you know, cut it off right there.
But seeing those thumbnails is just very disappointing because now I know that everybody that I hate seems like they've taken like some sort of repellent Kool-Aid or something, so that way they don't get killed.
They got that death ward magic.
Yeah, because like every thumbnail is the first one that's somebody I fucking hate, and all the people that I like aren't in the thumbnails, and I'm like, okay, well this ain't good.
I'm
just
right
don't
there
know.
with you, Rambo. I hate
just don't know.
I hate that whole family. Like, I wish they would just fucking cannibalize each other. They can fuck each other. She needs to eat them. Like,
Yeah.
seriously.
Yes.
Like, this shit is
the,
annoying.
The Lannisters are fucking. There's no.
Yo, the midget is my favorite Lannister out of all of them. So I
Yeah,
hope
I
they
think
keep him. They keep him, that's
I would
fine.
save him. Yeah, I would save him. I would because he's cool. He actually he might be crooked and he might be evil, but he still has a heart. Like he still cares about.
He's like a neutral party, I think.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't like what his siblings are doing to them, and he doesn't like what's going to be happening to his siblings. So it's like he's right there in the middle of it all.
Yep. They basically the kids started a war that I guess continues on for ever. Whenever he cut the head off of the Stark guy, that was like the start of the end of the Lannisters. But apparently, they just keep on lasting.
That ain't right, man.
No, the Starks. So I like the Starks. So they have
Eddie, just a boy.
they have honor, man.
Yo, this kid though, like seriously, shit. If you ever watch an episode of this and you get to the point where Rambo or myself are at, like this kid, you want to kill him like episode 2 in, of
Yeah.
him being in the show. Like this kid is a little punk ass bitch, dude.
It reminds me of what would happen if we put a millennial in the fucking in the presidency.
Really, Rice in Game of Thrones? What the fuck?
Like it's like this kid is Oh man, he just had everything fucking handed to him in his life. Do you remember whenever he was at the Starks or whatever, and he was told he was going to be marrying that girl, and so they were out walking and they ran into his sister and that butcher's boy,
Yeah.
Right.
and the sister was like, "Fuck you!" like that. She took the sword and threw it in the fucking lake. I was like, "Dude, man, you got punked by a little girl, man." And then he's like, "No, you're lying. You're lying."
Yo,
Hey, y'all
yo,
tell me
you know what was a
your-
damn shame, dude? Was like the wolf situation pissed me off. I was so pissed.
Oh yeah, dude, that was
Yo,
horrible.
I was angry as fuck. And I'm not gonna
Killer
lie.
Pet,
Yeah.
are you for real?
That wolf was tearing shit apart that was even looking her way, and they're like, "Oh, God, you gotta kill it." It's like, what? Like, are you fucking serious? Nah, hell no. That little kid should be killed. Fuck that.
Yep.
That little
Yeah,
bastard.
bitch.
Yeah. And then they killed the kid. They killed the butcher's son. I'm like, what? You gotta
Yeah,
be
like the
shitting
butcher
me.
son didn't even fucking do shit besides run.
Yeah, that was wrong. I mean, I know it's the whole point of getting, you know, the story and all, but god damn it. When you get involved like this, it's like, oh my god, why?
It's man, that thing is, it's very addictive. It's like when I notice the time and I'm like, shit, I gotta go to bed. I was like, there's still one more episode I can watch. So I'm like, I just turn it on and start watching it. I can't help it. Like it's one of them shows.
I just fall asleep to it.
I've never thought that I would ever like it.
I'll just.
I know you were hesitant
Show
when
up.
I was telling you about it. You're like, I don't know, dude. And I'm like, just try it, bro.
Yeah, now I can't.
Because
now
I
can't
know you're kind of things that get you going. You like violence and shit. So I kind of figured
Oh, yeah.
you would like that. I was like, dude, this is pretty fucking vile, dude. Like,
It's very violent, man. My wife always walks in whenever I'm watching it during the sex scene. She's like, "Is this just some sort of like soft porn?" I'm like, "No, like
Kinda.
really, I really don't understand the like a whole bunch of the sex scenes or whatever." I was like, "But," I said, "I think it's something to deal with like building the story around the other people, and like one person just happens to own a brothel." So that I think that's the reason why you see a lot of the sex part or whatever taking place. She always walks in during like those parts or whatever. But like that's like the majority of the story is about fighting and a bunch of treachery.
Just be like, honey, I don't know what this is. What is that man doing to her?
yo, like, I shit you not, Shade, the first rape scene. You see this chick literally getting fucking railed as hard as fuck over a bed of razor sharp rocks on an ocean side as the sun is coming up.
Oh damn.
Yo, like, no, I mean, I'm sorry, it's going down. So, like, it is insane. And this guy is not gentle. He is, like, straight up rips her fucking panties off and goes to town like it was like it's no big thing. Like, it was pretty intense, dude. And that's, like, all in the first beginning of the series. And there's, like, a habitual rape scene almost every other episode after that.
Wait till you get to season 2 and Tyrion sends 2 whores into Joffrey's chambers, and wait till you see what Joffrey does to him.
What?
It's fuck.
That kid's that demented, really?
Oh man, that kid's more demented than what you know right now.
It gets worse, huh? I never thought
Oh,
that
it
was
gets
possible.
a whole lot worse from him.
I never thought that shit was possible, bro.
No, I didn't either until I just figured that he'd always be this little snot-nosed kid that just thinks he gets what he wants or whatever. But like that, like he's truly fucking evil, man.
That little kid needs to be taken out. Seriously?
Oh yeah, I mean,
Because even the what is it, the tribemen that the chick was getting raped by, like, I had respect for those dudes.
yeah,
Because those
Oh,
dudes
yeah.
are fucking beasts. Like, you disrespect me, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
yep. Those like fought for honor, like they were.
Let's talk about Game of Thrones now.
Yes, we're talking about Game of Thrones. Rambo got into it.
But like the Dothrakians, or is that you're talking about?
Yeah, the Dothrakians. Yeah.
Yeah, those people are fucking savages, man. But those they were badass. Like
Yeah.
that kid though, man, just he has the attitude of a Dothraki, but he has no fucking guts whatsoever. Like whenever oh shit, season 2 again. I keep thinking you just ended season 1, but his town, the King's Landing, all the commoners turn on him in season 2. And
Nice.
wait till you see how he behaves. He's like, just.
Yeah, he's a little bitch.
I just want to.
Tyrion smacked some sense into him though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was.
And that was a great scene. Yeah.
Yes. He's like.
Show him that pimp hand is strong.
He's like, you can't talk to me that way. He's like, I'm the king. He goes,
I am talking to you
"What?"
that way.
He said, I am talking to you that way. He goes, I just smacked the king. He said, but I still got my hand.
Really?
Like,
That was
yeah,
a great
like,
scene.
Oh, I was like, yes. Oh man, it was like so fucking priceless. But the kid, man, just God, I swear, if I ever met a kid like him in my life, even at this age, I'd go to prison just willingly. Like I would not.
You're like, lock me up now, guys. We're fucked in life. Get me out of here.
Yeah, I would beat his ass and walk to the police station. I'd be like, all right, we're going to the police station. I'm turning myself in because oh God, I could not, man. It really reminds me, like he reminds me of the people that are out, like protesting free speech rallies. Like these are like he's just like that type of mentality, like where. He's basically what they want us to believe that Donald Trump is.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Fucking. Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah. I just like he just irritates the living shit out of me.
God damn it! Now I'm gonna end up no-lifing that series.
Yeah, yeah. That's what. Like, once you get into season 2, it's like it's harder. It makes it harder and harder to turn off. And from what I hear, it just keeps getting better and better. And they say season 7. This current season is kind of like hit and miss with the fans.
Dude, I heard season 6 is a disappointment. Like 6 and 7, they're like some of the biggest disappointments because there's a lot of things that I guess allude to things happening, and I guess they don't happen.
Well, Mike Ybarra tweeted out something saying that basically that they've gone past the books now. And so now they're kind of just making up a story. I don't know. I'm not much of a reader, so I don't know. I didn't even know they were a book.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a Game of Thrones book. Like
Yeah, I didn't either.
Series of books.
Can you imagine trying to like read into the details and all the context in that? I'd fall asleep, dude.
I couldn't. I couldn't. There's no way.
I'd fall asleep. I would easily
me
fall
too,
asleep,
because
dude. I'd be like, I can't do this.
Because a book will try to tell you every detail and every little facet. I could not imagine what that book looks like. Because there's so much, like you said, when somebody said in the comment section, like the politics in Game of Thrones.
Yo, they are through the roof, bro. Yeah, they're through the
trying to
roof.
explain that in words would be like, it'd just be like reading a fucking dictionary.
Pretty much. It would literally be like a scripture from Parliament or some shit, dude. Like
Yes.
it would be. It's ridiculous. Yeah, their politics is like ridiculous. I mean, I get like where some of it's coming from, but then they get into like the thrones and what one king has to do in order to sustain, and then like they could be challenged for the throne under different parliaments, and it's like holy shit. Okay, I think I'm gonna fall asleep now. Good night, guys. Like,
Yes, and every kingdom, it seems like every kingdom or every tribe or every whatever that has its leader has a different set of politics. Like it's, and then they call it. Apparently, you can challenge even the person that sits on the in King's Landing on the Iron Throne.
Yep.
You can challenge him to like the Game of Thrones.
Yep.
And I guess that's how Stark, Grandpa died or whatever. The Daddy Stark's dad died or whatever.
Yeah, he got burned. Yeah.
Yeah. There's something during like the Game of Thrones or whatever. So it's so much weird shit going on. It's so hard to keep track of like whose family has who's the Lord, who's the lady, who all the leaders are of every family, what the politics are of each family, how they all behave, and there's a lot to go on. I could not imagine putting all that shit in words and trying to read it.
Yeah. It's insane. It's intense. It's crazy. It's the Game of Thrones!
Okay, can somebody tell me, do they ever actually have the Game of Thrones like in the throne room?
What?
They have to fight each other, right, or some shit? Like, or
See, I
is
thought
it...
the Game of Thrones like was somebody could come in and challenge the king for his spot.
I mean, kind of, but yeah. Like it's the Cersei says it when she's talking to Ned. It's like when you play the Game of Thrones, you play to win. And I always thought of it more as like a metaphor, because like
Okay.
you know they go to war over it too. It's not just like single combat between the new king against the old king or something like that. The houses will fight over that kind of stuff. So
that's like
I
the
always
Game
thought
of
of it as more of just a metaphor, like the grand game.
Okay, so like the war is actually like the Game of Thrones, like all the different kings, all the different lands or whatever.
Right.
To fight King's Landing, they're all playing the Game of Thrones basically.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just who can play it better.
Because like the Targaryen, the brother, he was the son of one of the previous kings, but then
the crazy king.
Their whole group was banished or whatever. And I mean, technically, he's still kind of playing, or not him anymore. It's it's the sister.
Yeah.
But even though they're not, they can't even live in that area anymore. They're across the sea or whatever it is.
Well, I am definitely pro Daenerys.
I don't know. I don't like her.
I like her now. I mean, I might not like her later, but like right now, I like her.
Wait, Daenerys, that's the dragon chick, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep, I'm down with her.
I can't go against the dragon chick like that.
I'm sorry, but I'd eat her ass. Totally eat her ass.
That whole walking into the fire, coming out with dragon.
Kind of hot, right? Yeah.
That was pretty badass. Yeah, I was like, I'm sold after that.
She had me boiling.
And I like Jon Snow.
Jon Snow is probably my favorite.
The poor bastard.
Yo, I love when the midget starts talking to his ass.
No, bro, you don't even fucking know. Just wait another season or two. Yeah.
Well, see, I'm just wondering how Jon Snow turned out to be like so high up and so. Because he's part of the Night's Watch, so he can't desert that, or else he's a traitor and is killed on the spot.
Actually,
You can't tell. Wait,
no, because okay, so because I don't want to spoil it, but there's a period where him and another guy like have to go away from. They basically have to desert for a few days, and I think that there was a couple times that this happens, and one of the times he comes back. One of the I don't know, they call it the council or whatever, but it's one of the older guys that I don't think actually patrols or anything anymore, but like makes decisions. And he's like, we deserted and blah blah blah. And he's like, son, if we executed or banished or whatever every Night's Watch soldier that went off for a rutting in the one night, we wouldn't have anybody left to guard the walls. And so.
That's kind of true.
Yeah. So it does actually happen that he does like go on a kind of adventure type of thing, and yeah, it's not quite as it's not like everybody who does it gets executed or anything like that.
Well, I
was gonna say because they're struggling on the Night's Watch. They're always struggling. They always need people.
Right, and you're supposed to be celibate too. I mean, that's a double whammy right there.
Yeah, like how does a virgin sign up to be like? You didn't even try to sleep with a girl yet. Like, why would you sign up to be a celibate fucking soldier with no name? I'd rather be a bastard
who's probably gonna die in the like most nasty, inhospitable, dreary winter hell that man has ever seen.
Like, why would you sign up for that? Whenever he just like the episode I'm on now that I paused, he had caught that woman wildling.
Yeah.
And she was like trying to like snuggle on him and rub her ass on her dick or whatever. And he's
right.
He's like, I can't touch you. I'm like, what? Like, dude, I don't give a shit if she's a wildling or not, man. Just
a wildling. What's a wildling again?
It's that
the people that live above
south of the wall or north
or
of
whatever.
The wall,
yeah. The wild people that live in the.
Their fucking directions kill me because like some people that say we're living south and the other people said they were north and. They're all in the exact same fucking place, and I'm like, okay, which one is this? Is it fucking north or south? Because it's the one on the other, whoever the wall is separating them from. It's on the wildlings are the people on the other side of the wall.
with the White Walkers.
Yeah.
And that becomes a big thing because a lot of the wildlings are trying to get over the wall into safer territory.
Yeah, because the White Walkers are you saw the White Walkers in the very first
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're starting, I guess, to make a comeback because they've been asleep for 1,000 years.
Winter is coming.
Winter is coming, and like they keep saying that, but I don't know what the fuck that means. Apparently,
So
like, winter back then lasted for fucking ever.
well, so winter.
At one time, yeah, but a couple, like 1,000 years ago, and I think it was when the White Walkers first, and I don't know if it was first appeared, but at least were more active or whatever. And I think that's what they're alluding to, is like a big long winter is coming, and with it will come the White Walkers.
Nah. It's a really intriguing fucking show. Like I don't know, whoever wrote these books or wrote the
George
script or
R. R.
whatever.
Martin.
Very, very, very good at telling a story.
Rambo's like, I masturbate to this at least 6 times. Notice how he didn't deny it? Yeah, see?
That show, man, that lord that owns the brothel, that dude's a fucking snake.
Yo, that dude is fucked. He could have easily, like, if that guy would have put his hand, I honestly believe if he would have stuck it out with, what's his face that gets killed, they would have
Stark, yeah.
with Stark, they would have taken over King's Landing, like, easily.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but then we wouldn't have like the gripping story we have now. I mean,
I know.
It'd be like all a peaceful time and everything. Like then it'd be.
Why didn't Frodo just take Neagle to take the ring to the mountain? Because then it wouldn't be a story.
I know.
Man,
I know.
I wanted it to. Whenever I couldn't even tell in the very beginning that Stark was even being betrayed, because when they all started fighting, I couldn't tell who backstabbed who. Like in the very beginning, I just saw them all fighting, and the next thing you know, Stark is captured. I'm like, no. What? Like what? Like what? Like what? Why'd you do that? And then after that, I knew it was gonna be a long fucking time before I got to the people I want dead.
Yes, sir.
They really made me like the Stark family, though.
Oh, the Stark family is cool as shit. Like, I actually do. The mother, I mean, she was kind of a bitch to the bastard, but like,
Well, wouldn't you be?
true.
Yeah, but I mean, he did care. Like John cares about that family.
Yeah, it's true.
He did nothing.
One of
wrong
the
with
things
them.
that makes the Stark family like such a good family.
Yeah. Yeah. Wait till that other brother, the other bastard. He's not really a bastard, but the other Stark, or the kid that was raised in the Stark household but isn't a Stark.
Jon Snow.
Yeah. No, not Jon Snow. The other one.
I know who you're talking about. The one he was practically a servant for the family, and he became part of the
Yes.
family pretty much. Yeah.
Yes. Wait till you see his treachery.
Oh, the redhead.
Man. Yes, that.
Yeah. The one that was captured, or whatever. There was a battle, and he was like left behind or something. So they grabbed him and raised him.
Yeah, like that motherfucker. Ooh.
Well, I thought he loved him like a bro. I thought he loved that family.
Oh,
he didn't
wait.
really love that
Just wait.
family. Oh, wow.
Theon
Just
Greyjoy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Rajik's
just
got
wait.
it.
Just what? It's wow, man. It's. I never saw it coming because it was like I never thought that would ever happen. It did, and I was like, you got to be fucking kidding. Like the Starks just can't catch no fucking break.
Sean Bean can't catch a break. Somebody needs to make a movie where he just has a nice day. It's like a picnic with his family. Goes home, goes to bed, that's it. Because fucking every movie he does, that motherfucker.
Like Lord of the Rings?
Yep.
Yeah.
He is the first
Some,
one to
like,
die
mutant
every
ants
time.
would ruin his picnic.
Right?
My boy does have a point here, because that poor guy is such a good actor, but yet all of his roles he gets killed in, or they're cut short by some atrocity. Like,
Yep.
every fucking time, dude. If he doesn't die, he's disabled. One of the two. It's like Hollywood's trying to say something to him, and it's like, man, that's fucked up.
I think I did see one movie where he lasted all the way to the end. Can't remember what it was though.
Obviously, not Lord of the Rings. Just saying.
No.
All you around guys are fucked up.
Oh, Lord of the Rings was another good series.
Yes. Lord of the Rings is.
The Hobbit series, though, fuck.
I like the Hobbit
Shit,
series.
man.
So did I. Yeah, that's kind of like the
I watched-
precursor of how you understand where everything's at.
Yeah, I watched the first Hobbit movie and I fell asleep. Never watched the other ones after that. I was like, the first one put me to sleep. I can't stomach the second and third ones.
I don't understand how you could watch Lord of the Rings, but you couldn't watch the first Hobbit. Like,
No, how can you watch Game of Thrones and still not watch The
Oh,
Hobbit?
yeah. It's no less boring than any of those.
It was to me. I don't know, but it just didn't interest me at all. Like
throw in a couple. You know what? Throw in a couple of rape scenes. You'll
Right.
have him in it. Trust me on
Dragons
this.
with tits in it, so he's fucking fuck it.
Yo, that actress though, she makes the whole dragons and tits thing work. You know what I mean?
What part did you fall asleep at, Rambo?
Oh hell, it's been a while since the first Hobbit movie came out, so I couldn't tell you. It was just
I'll bet it was towards because it does take a while to get going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the first
that
like
one-
third of it is pretty. It's not boring if you like that sort of thing, but if that's not your particular cup of tea, I could see how it would be uninteresting.
because they tell a lot of in the beginning. It's like they tell a lot about the hobbits. It's like they want to build the backstory of what the hobbits are and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that part of the whole Lord of the Rings thing, like where they came from and what they were, that just didn't interest me at all. Like the story of the Lord of the Rings interested me, but I didn't give a shit about like where these characters came from and what their home life was. And so then they made The Hobbit, and it's like, okay, I'll try to watch it, but it didn't draw me in. I was like, yeah, I don't care about the hobbits, the big-footed bastards.
Come on, man. We can go on an adventure together. Let's go and hunt for a ring. And let's kill some wraiths while we're at it. Come on, dude. Like this, that doesn't sound like it would be a good story. Like, come on.
Cave trolls, yo.
Yo, cave trolls are the shit, though. Like those guys, I can't believe they allow orcs to enslave them. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, first off, it's a fucking orc. It's a lesser than species. God damn it. You're a cave troll. You can eat the motherfucker with your fist. Like, seriously.
They've got orc privilege. Too many of them. They breed too quickly.
My orc privilege outranks you.
Now, I wonder if anybody remembers what an orc actually is.
It's
A
the green
a
thing from
mutilated
World of
elf?
Warcraft.
Yep.
Oh, in the Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor, I know what they are.
They are a mutilated elf, and they've managed to breed themselves into such things, which is kind of weird. Like, because you see the female elf chicks, and you're like, God, why would you want to mutilate that? Like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Right?
Like, people have issues. Jeez. Yeah, they're mutilated elves that have like the first, I guess, like the very first orc kind came from like dark magic, and like it all started from a small colony, like Adam and Eve, pretty much. So they're pretty much all inbred.
I think all that's in, God, what are the first, because everybody thinks of the Lord of the Ring when they think of Tolkien, but there's even a lot more than that and the Hobbit, because I think the first set was like the Silmaril or the Sil something or other, and I think it goes over, like, it's apparently like a shitload of lore. But like, you know, like kind of like how Titans were, you know, the gods defeated the Titans. There's kind of like these primordial creatures that are defeated by the gods, and then they go into like, you know, how the orcs were created and all this other kind of stuff. and
Yeah.
apparently it's a really good series of books. I think it's another trilogy like Lord of the Rings, but they're huge.
'Cause I know the
I'm not
Shannara.
reading
I know the
book.
Shannara Chronicles kind of covers it, and that was like one of that was one of Tolkien's like best friends that wrote that series, and they even said that it was a reach out, like kind of like a nod to the Lord of the Rings series. If you guys ever watched the Shannara Chronicles, it's a really good series. Check it out.
Yeah, I'm not reading no fucking book, so they'll either have to make a TV show or a movie.
Well, I was talking about the show. I wasn't talking about the
Yeah.
book. Yeah.
You lazy motherfucker!
Yeah,
I'm
we
not
all know
lazy.
Rambo's uneducated. It's fine, Rambo. You're uneducated. It's good.
This
It's
shit
good.
just puts me to fucking sleep, man.
Like education. Yeah, you're good.
No, I never even opened a textbook whenever I was in school.
That explains a lot.
But I passed. I was in all honors classes. Had a 4.5 GPA
4.5. How the hell did you get a 4.5?
because I was in AP classes, advanced placement.
Ah.
I have a really high IQ. Did back whenever I like tested.
He's
myself
all
and
he
stuff
was
that,
like
but-
back when before the drugs came into my life.
But I started getting made fun of whenever I was in, because I was like prepped to go to like college, like get college paid for and stuff. But you get made fun of in high school for being the smart kid or whatever, and you start trying to like just distance yourself from the smart kids, and I just screwed myself up. But like my teacher, because my math teacher, like I was able to get my homework done and schoolwork done before she ever got done with the lesson. And then I would help her with the class. But that was like my junior year, but she enrolled me in AP Calculus for my senior year. Yeah, I never read the story to Super Mario Brothers. Nope. I just have
Missed
Metrox.
that one.
Metrox can just tell me that. That cussing and that one cussing that you probably skipped because you didn't know you were supposed to read, or
You
all
can
the little
watch the
pieces of.
movie with John Leguizamo.
No,
Nigga,
I tried
nigga,
The
that.
I will
movie was so
fucking hell.
great. I love that movie.
I tried that. The Super Mario.
Terribly campy, but it's awesome.
God, that was fucking
Oh
disgusting.
my
That was a
God.
terrible
Like,
movie.
There are only a few moments in that movie that make me be able to watch it, but other than that, no.
It's not that bad of a movie. I
It
didn't.
really isn't. I mean,
I mean,
it
the
came out
one-
in the 80s, right?
The one thing they actually got right was the fucking bomb. The one fucking thing they got right was a bomb, and it was tiny, but they got it right.
Come on, Jeff. That's the one reason, I can't. Come on, Jeff. That I can't like play games like Persona 5 because it's all fucking reading. I'm just like, I have no interest in a game that I gotta fucking read to.
I wouldn't say that around Jamie. He'd get mad. He loves Persona.
Yeah, from what I
They say
understand,
it's
that's all he's been playing.
They say it's a really good game and it's a long fucking game. I just
got it.
I
Yeah,
have no interest
They're
in
like
a game
it's
I have to
pretty
read.
long.
Persona games are like hundreds of hours.
They're
Yeah.
fucking long. Because I played 4. My little sister got 4, and I played it. It was fucking long.
Yeah, no, they said the platinum's like over 100 hours. I'm just like, nah. And plus, it's turn-based, which is like the worst fucking. Other than RTS, turn-based is like the next worst fucking mechanic in a fucking game.
I don't know what you're talking
I
about.
turn-based is my least favorite. I can handle RTS.
I like turn-based.
Turn-based is the most unrealistic way of fighting.
It's got to be such a good system for me to like it, though.
It's like I don't know anybody. I've never been in a fight in my life where I've been like, all right, dude.
You
hit me with your
punch
best shot.
first, and if you miss, I
Yeah.
punch.
Yeah, hit me with your best shot. See what you gotta do. All right, and then bam. Okay, now it's my turn. Now you stand there and let me do what I gotta do. Like, nah, I just don't. That's just so fucking boring. It's just like,
certain
whatever.
certain games can get away with it with me. XCOM is one of them. I loved XCOM. I thought XCOM, it wasn't so much a turn-based that got me hooked. It was the amount of depth that you put into your character, and the idea that if that character dies, then that's it. That's all you got. He's done. So like, it had this huge like risk versus high risk versus reward, and it was pretty cool feeling when you figured out like your character was literally 3 shots away from being finished completely. So
Yeah, and shit like that, like another game
stuff like
compared
that
to
could get
XCOM
away
would
with
be
it.
Like, another game to compare to XCOM would be Fire Emblem on like the brutal mode, where like once his life's low and he takes that one last hit, he's fucking gone in the game forever.
Yeah.
See, I don't. It just. I don't know. Like, if I go to buy a game and it says turn based, I'm like, whatever. I'm out. RTS, I'm out. Any of these things where you like, it ain't like actual combat. I have no. It just takes you out of it. Like you build up this good story and then all of a sudden it's like, motherfucker, come here. Like okay. I'm gonna stand here and let you hit me. Hit me. Go ahead. Don't use magic. Whatever you gotta do. I'm gonna do it right back to you in just a second. Like
Suspension of disbelief, sir.
It is like it takes me out of the story because it's like there's I don't know. It's just like a cut in realism.
Right.
Everybody wants me to play Persona 5, but I just can't. I haven't bought it. Maybe if it goes really cheap, maybe. But
I mean, it's still brand new, so. All I know is I bought that for Jamie's birthday, and that's all he plays on the PS4 nonstop.
well, I know people are like talking about like after a month they're still not even done with the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Persona has a huge cult following, is because that shit, like, you can either rush through it or you could take your time with it, and there's a lot of motherfuckers that rush through it. So
There's a couple. It's like 300 or 400 hours to 100% it, right?
Yeah. It's like really fucking long.
And
Yeah.
this is rushing it, right? Not even taking your time. I think, right? Or is it like taking your time? It's like 300 hours.
To 100% it, you can't rush it. Like
no, you can't rush it. But if you wanted to rush through the story, it's like a fraction of that.
yeah, I think if you rush the story, I think it's like a 70 or 80 hour game. And if you play it right, I think it's like about 120 or 130 hours.
Oh, really? I thought it was like
it's-
shorter than that.
I mean, it's even past Skyrim.
No, I mean it's like really fucking long, even rushing. And then if you like want to like that's just to beat it, but if you want 100%, then you're looking like 300 or 400 hours because you have to play it more than once.
Well, in either case, we are coming up on the almost 3 hours. Jesus Christ! So I say we go ahead and start working on our closing. If there's nothing else that we want to talk about, my girl wants to go to the store, and so. Is there anything that you guys wanted to close on? Like, for instance, Shaner just discovered that he's got a third testicle.
Dude, 3 works so much better than 2.
Oh my fucking god!
Yo, and evidently Metrox swallows.
He's a
Hell
classic
yeah!
dog.
Well, one way to get people to buy your console is tell everybody that it's sold out.
Like the Switch, right?
No, like the
Yes.
like they came on Twitter. The X is sold out everywhere. It's sold out fat like in 2 hours. It's sold out. You could go to fucking almost any website and pull it up and still pre-order. I'm
But
like,
that's
sold
just
out.
but that's the best.
But-
That's the best box one best, right?
Yeah, but I mean, why? If you're wanting people to buy the console, why are you telling people that it's sold out?
I don't know. If you want people to breathe, why do you want to tell them that there's air? I mean,
Apparently, yeah. It was just so fucking weird. It's like it's not sold out.
Maybe they want to do the Switch effect because it's sold out and people are probably still trying to get their hands on it. Maybe I don't know.
are you sure the Switch effect
sold
is just isn't you about sucking dick, Metro?
I mean, it could be.